Hello, everybody. It's my dance steps for the day, I think. Dance away the heartache, I say. Dance away the pain. I think that's working. What? Naughty ostrich? What the heck? What the heck happened there? Why can't I see chat? Let's see what's going on here. My chat is refreshing so I can see what's going on. Naughty ostrich? Are there such things as good ostriches? That's what I want to know. And here goes the dancing. It's true, Anima Confusa. There you go. Someone's had too much coffee? Not quite enough yet, Jonathan MLH. Delicious. Look at the mug. At the Techbandits mug. The goat. What's the goat? The greatest of all time? Is that what that stands for? Is that what, yeah. They are pretty much all naughty in my experience. That's what I was going to say. From the ostrich standpoint, I've never met an ostrich that wasn't badly behaved, generally. So I just assume that the naughty ostriches will be badly behaved as well. Whoa, this chat is epic. Apparently this chat is epic. 4-day weekend for me. Oh, Untidy Tech, I'm so jealous. Explicit, what am I saying? My life is a 4-day weekend. My life is a 7-day weekend. What am I saying? Oh, HDMI port. Jakander, thank you very much for your 1,000 bits. I got the... Okay. Here we go. I'm going to just lament for a second here. I'm going to whine. I'm going to complain. Here you go. Look. This is my baby right here. Oh, jeez. There you go. This is my baby right here. It's a nice system. It's a good system. I've liked this PC. This Asus PC. And then all of a sudden... What is that noise? Oh, I see. That noise is this. Okay. All of a sudden, my HDMI dies. Just the HDMI port. So I've got it going through the USB-C now. Should I turn this music down? Hello, Miss Liz. Hello, James Gurney. This music's a little too much for me right now. What can I do? Here we go. How low can it go? Can we still hear a little bit? It's kind of nice having a little bit of music, isn't it? My laptop shocks me when I plug in the HDMI in. Oh, really? That can't be a good sign. Hello, Miss Liz. Whining and complaining, how unusual. I know it's true, MLH. I should just call this, like, instead of just chitty chat, I should just call it, like, whining and complaining podcast. Yes, but Xenos, it's true. RIP, HDMI port. I'm hoping to get someone from Asus or whatever they call themselves to let me know what I can do. Because it's just really frustrating because I've only got one USB-C port on this PC, and I'm now using it for the HDMI, so... Anyways, that's it. That's what happens when you get to a certain age. Yeah, your HDMI ports start going bad. But aren't the burn and learns for whining? Yeah, I've not been doing... I have been doing yoga, though. My yoga has been... I've had some wildly successful yoga. I can touch my toes without thinking about it now. It's kind of weird. Normally, you'd have to sort of gear up for... Well, I probably have to do it now, because normally you have to gear up for touching your toes, for me. And now it's like I just all of a sudden, I'm at the floor. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. You started Techbandits when I was watching Simpsons. I'm now dreaming about The Simpsons. Oh, Wolf Pup, I'm so sorry. You can go back to The Simpsons for a bit if you want. I haven't actually got to the Discord yet. I know, but then Untidy Tech, what am I going to do? I'm going to buy a USB-C hub just because my freaking HDMI port that's in the laptop that's supposed to work isn't working? All right, this music's driving me crazy now. Hold on a second. Let me just get rid of this music. All right, there we go. Are we hacking? John J. Hacking, are we hacking? I wish we were hacking, John J. Hacking, because I'll tell you, one of my favorite podcasts that's out right now, which I recommend to everyone, is the Dark Web Diaries. Darknet Diaries? Dark Net Diaries. And it's just freaking brilliant. Let me see. I should grab a link to it, because I'm actually a member of their Patreon as well, Jack Resider. And it's just amazing, all these stories about hacking and stuff. And I really wanted the kids to do some. We got this amazing guy out in Australia who runs a penetration testing and cybersecurity courses. He does these amazing online things, which are really fun to play with. All right, I'm gonna look up both these people now. Darknet Diaries. There you go. You wait, they'll go mainstream soon, and Hollywood will start making stupid movies about them. But this is Darknet Diaries, and I freaking love this guy. It's so great. I listen to nothing but podcasts now. I say down with Hollywood. Just listen to podcasts. I'm teaching now. Oh, you're teaching now. So I missed so many of them, but just finished the semester, so a bit of time now. Oh, nice, Pac Bomb. So you're teaching. So yes, Pentester Labs. That's the one. Thank you very much. I will look up a link for them right now. Yeah, Pentester Labs is fantastic. Fantastic. And I haven't done it for ages, and I really want to. There's so many courses. I'm trying to. I'm like a tiny way through a million different courses right now. Pentester Labs. Let's see. Here we go. Pentester Labs. They actually have. They have a. They actually have a deal on right now, I think, some way. Is this them, Pentester Labs? I believe that's them. Let me just put that in there as well. So everybody's got access to it. The funny thing is, so I sat down today at the computer. The reason why I sat down at the computer today was because I wanted to do my voicemail that I've been promising people for like 1,000 years. So this is the Pentester Labs. This is the security courses, which I love. The MMU2s for your Prusa. Nothing. I've got the multi-materials. Yeah, I've got the multi-materials on it. It's so funny. I don't do a lot of multi-material printing. I should do some more of it. But I've now got Octoprint set up, so I can print from anywhere in the house, which is very convenient. And my next goal with that is to open it up so the bandits can. I thought it'd be kind of fun if like Lord Chunky wants to print something, he can print something from his house. Like I just thought that was kind of cool, the idea of him being able to do that. I'm not sure that he said then what he was like threatening that if he was able to do that, I'd come down in the morning, there'd be like a giant dick on my 3D printer because he will have printed out something obscene. Basically, is what he was saying. Did you hear about the co-founder of E3D? No, I did not. Let's go. Oh, no. What's sad? No, happy news. Happy news. What about happy news? How hard was it to get running with the multi-material? Nothing. It's fiddly. It's very, very fiddly. The unit that they have is it's kind of a brilliant little system, but I do find that it's very easy to get it all messed up, especially if you don't have the filament set up in the right way. If you don't have all the space needed to get the filament into the machine the right way, the MMU can be a bit of a pain in the ass. To the point where I was actually looking at another one, sort of an add-on system that would do it for you, which I think feeds in the different pieces, and then it's in charge of feeding the filament into the machine. But even that, I've heard, has had some issues as well. So I was talking to Wexter. Wexter had mentioned it, I believe. Or maybe it wasn't Wexter. It was on Wexter's Discord, I believe. And if you haven't checked out Wexter, you should totally check out Wexter, because Wexter is freaking amazing. Amazing 3D designs. Okay, my after-school 3D printer club just started building theirs. Yes, nice. I'll tell you, build the 3D printer first. So make sure the 3D printer's built and it's working fine, and then work on the MMU. Don't try to do them both, because they're both kind of fiddly in their own ways, but I love you. I mean, you just can't go wrong with the Prusa instructions. They're so good. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear about Sanjay. That sucks on Tidy Tech. Yeah, I mean, the 3D printing community is a pretty tight little bunch. They're and they're sort of. They care. They care about stuff. So it's, I bought a hoodie in his memory. Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. All right. So you stopped posting the SGA reactions on YouTube, and do you still watch it with your son? And by the way, I'm a new Stargate fan from Egypt. Very good. Well, first off, welcome, Hannah. And you're right. I have not done an SGA reaction for a long time. Baz, I haven't been able to talk Baz into it recently, but maybe I'll just go without Baz for a bit, because I don't want to force him into watching it, and I also don't want people to go without, their Atlantis fix for too long. That was a first-time chat from Hannah. Well, welcome, Hannah. Thank you for coming by, and welcome from Egypt. New Stargate fan from Egypt. That's a good place to be. That's where it all started, wasn't it? All right. Good luck with the HDMI issue. Thank you, Verum Ver Libertas. Says good luck with that HDMI issue. Yeah, like I say, the HDMI port's just dead. I don't know what the deal is. It's not the drivers. I've tried that. It's not the cables. I've tried that. It's not the monitors. I've tried different monitors. It is just that HDMI port. It's just like, I don't know what the deal is. And then when I use the USB-C to HDMI, it works fine. So I'm not sure what the deal there is. All right. What else we got? Gimpy G. All right. Gimpy G. Everyone knows Gimpy G. They better know Gimpy G. I imagine Gimpy G, you're going to be available in the chat if I go to the chat. Technology is great until it fails. This is very true. Very true. Wait, you were on Stargate? Yeah, Xenos, I was. How wild is that? And if you listen to the Nightmare Alley trailer, that's my voice. I mean, there's a little tiny shot of me, but my voice is the one asking Bradley Cooper all those questions, just so you know. Did you uninstall the drivers and reinstall? Yes, Miss Liz, I did. I did everything, Miss Liz. I did absolutely everything. I uninstalled the drivers. I reinstalled the drivers. I did the full shutdown. I did the system reset. I did the whole. I have done everything. It is not a software issue. It is a hardware issue. I am like 100. No, I'm 99.9999999% sure that that's what it is. Oh, that's a good point, Miss Liz. I haven't tried that to see if it's actually detecting the port. But the funny thing is, so I can plug everything else in. It works fine. It is just the port itself. If I was to just look at the port, though, that's a really smart idea. What's the best way to do that, Miss Liz? What's the best way of doing the HDMI? HDMI has failed under continued testing. The movie I was surprised you were in was Cube. Oh, you were surprised by that? That's going back a ways. James, somehow my rental home is located in 2003. Yeah, no kidding. Gimpy G's without internet. Oh, I think device manager? That's device, really? That's all I needed. I was looking at the device manager, and all I did was get rid of the ports. What am I looking for? I mean, I've done monitors. I've gone to the monitors. Apparently I've got 2 generic PNP monitors. That's weird. Display adapters. There you go. HDMI. What would that be under? HDMI. Open the device manager. Plug the HDMI in and see if it refreshes. Let's try that. All right, here we go. Of course, I don't think it's actually plugged in right now to anything. Yeah, you know what? It's not plugged into my monitor right now, so it's not going to make any difference. But I will try that. Okay, no internet equals no more Wi-Fi after 5 minutes of being home. What? What? No internet? Could you imagine? Wolf Pup is probably freaking out about the idea of actually not having internet. No internet. No more Wi-Fi after 5 minutes of being home. No way. Yes, Xenos, different HDMI cables have been tried. I mean, other than trying to figure out to see whether it pops in or not, I've never seen it come in, which is interesting. Like I've never seen it activate or deactivate. But I never have. So that's yeah. But is there an actual HDMI driver somewhere in the system devices? Is that? Oh boy, there you go. Interesting. There must be a search function of some sort, isn't there? Scan for hardware changes? No. HDMI? No. LPT controller? No. Yeah, I don't see it. Anyways, yeah, I mean, anyway, it's if in fact it is a driver issue, though, I would be very surprised if it was a driver issue at this point, because I've it's done weird things in the past, but this is like gone. I absolutely love the Republic of Gaming. That's what they say when they say ROG. But why in the world they decided to make the built-in keyboard with no home and page up, page down keys is beyond me. I'm blind, so all I use is the keyboard. First time tuning into this channel. Oh, Jay Fair. Well, welcome, first time viewer, Jay Fair. So interesting. Yeah, the keyboards on the laptops, I got to say, in general, kind of disappointing. I almost always go with an external keyboard. But yeah, you must do the same thing, Jay Fair. If you're trying to do stuff, if you're dependent entirely on the keyboard, you must have an external keyboard, no? Or is that? I guess that defeats the purpose of having a mobile laptop, though, doesn't it? I'd be curious to know whether that new laptop that you can that's modular would have like keyboard options on it. JC Slicer says, I have this HP laptop with HDMI port. When I plug into the monitor cable, the lappy recognizes the monitor, refuses to display the image. That's interesting. Odds are it's a hardware failure within the port. That is my guess, or a wetware issue. That's also my guess. All right. You know what has really nice keyboards? No, James, that's not true. They had terrible Macs had terrible keyboards for a long time, but now they've got good ones again. Full-size keyboard or bust. I say I hate laptop keyboards. Yeah, I'm with you, Plague ST. Absolutely. I am with you. All right, messages coming in. What's going on? Let me have a look, see what's going on here. All right, I'm here. I should bring in some bandits, shouldn't I? Let's just see what I've got going here before. I feel bad because I feel bad. I've not been able to chat with people for a long time, and so it's nice to actually be able to have a little chitty chat. Yes, bin bash dot. We've been here for 17 minutes talking about nothing. Modular laptop like the framework. That's it. Yeah. NEX Hunter. That framework looks really cool, I gotta say. All right. Have I missed anything else important? Ray Compita has followed. Thank you very much. Jakander sent 100 bits, so I did say thank you for that. Jakander also resubscribed. Thank you. Naughty Ostrich, of course, who raided with 51 people. But we must have whittled those away by now, haven't we? And then, of course, Ms. Liz, I feel like Ms. Liz is always resubscribing. I feel like you subscribe more in a month than one needs to, but it's very much appreciated. And then John J. Hacking has followed. Fantastic. Who else we got here? Veritum Libertas has just followed. Thank you very much. And let me bring some tech bandits in, and let's talk. Let's do some talking about some techie stuff. All right. Iron Ham. No, that's the wrong one. That is not the community that I'm going for, though I do love that community. Well, look at you.
Well, hello there.
Hi, David.
How you doing? Wolf pups and gimpy gods.
We're in here.
Did I interrupt something? Sorry, did I interrupt you chatting?
No, he was unaware that I got a gift pack. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh my God, that was epic.
I just have one thing that you should probably do. You should check if your Discord is on the right output. It's because it sounds like your mic is in your mouth and you're screaming.
Oh, does it sound like crap? Oh, it sounds blown out? Oh, you know why? How's that? Is that better when I do this?
Yeah, that's better.
You know why? It's because I was like on mega. I had like the gain pulled up all the way past the giant circle that is the main one.
Smokes.
Discord is a bit. Oh my God! It's always one thing or another, isn't it? Discord's apparently a bit quiet. So let me just do this. Let me up you guys a little bit. Let me just up, baby Judy. Here we go. We got.
It was blowing out on Twitch. I mean.
It was pretty loud. Yeah, well, wait a second, but you guys weren't, right?
No.
All right, so if I take the output volume and put you up a bit more. All right, talk again now.
Hello.
Is that?
Hello.
Are they a bit louder now? Is that? What do you think?
It's Noodles.
What, is Noodles here too? No.
That's bat food.
Is it bat food?
I'm sorry.
Elsa, the flying ice queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. How was your skating?
It was pretty good. At that competition,
Yeah.
I actually came in 4th place.
You got 4th place?
Yeah.
Tell me there were more than 4 people.
Yeah, there were.
That's great. 4th.
People.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So what did you have to do? Do you have like a signature move that you're doing?
No, it's kind of. I kind of do all the same moves every time I.
Is there like a list of stuff you have to do? Is there like a list of things you have to complete to do? So what do you have to do? And in one of these like sessions, what do you have to do?
I think it's like 7 different jumps, 2 different spins, and 1 step sequence.
A step sequence?
Yeah.
What is a step?
You do like a lot of different steps and like stuff.
Like
I don't know how.
Like where you kind of like walk on the skates instead of skating on the skates?
Kind of.
Kind of. That was a very amateur's approach to it. But it's how long is the session? Like how long is your presentation?
My short program is 2.5 minutes, and my free skating is 3 minutes.
That's a lot of stamina right there.
But don't you? But then you have to sit around that whole time, the rest of the time, aren't you? Don't you get like frozen and like? I would think you're just like dying to get on the ice. I would think.
Yes.
It's like
you get really cold like after the warm up because we only have like 5 minutes to warm up our jumps.
So you have to warm up for 5 minutes before your thing.
Yeah, we get to have like a 5 minute warm up. Then
Right.
we need to wait on our turn to skate.
Right.
And that could be very cold.
I remember when Baz was doing the swim team stuff, he used to he'd swim for like 30 seconds, but then he'd be sitting around waiting to swim for like hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Between you and me, I'm not entirely unhappy that he doesn't do it anymore because I was like, man, these benches are hard. So do your parents come and watch you the whole time, or is it like, do you have like people watching?
No, I don't let them.
So wait a sec, but you let them...
To quote what you just said, man, these benches hurt.
They really do. The benches were terrible.
I like to support my child, but this is death.
Yeah, there's only so much. My bottom was like it had paneling on it by the end of the season, because because it's you're in a, and it's the opposite problem in the pools. The pools are crazy hot, right?
Oh, you're Canadian.
They are?
Oh my God!
I mean, the pools are hot for you for
the room is the room is hot.
The pools themselves.
The pools are freezing, but the pool area is absolutely boiling. Yeah, Lord Chunky, you know this stuff, right? And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Bat Food is a world famous skater. So and she's competing in Sweden. It was in Sweden, right?
Yeah, it was.
Right. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Anthony's just dropped in, although he is muted.
Hey.
How are you, bud?
Howdy.
Now, Gimpy G, maybe you should give us a little update. So, Lucasfilm's your new best friend.
True.
And they just like out of the blue?
I got your back.
Did they just out of the blue show up with a giant box of baby Yodas?
Okay, at the very beginning of my exile,
Yeah.
I was asked like where could things be sent?
Right.
Like, okay, and like you couldn't send it to my house because it burnt down.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, not a good place to deliver stuff right now.
No, it's not. And so I gave an address which is my cousin's, and I guess for like a week he's had boxes and boxes over there, and he's like, one of them said doll, so he's like, uh-oh, Lance is into some freaky stuff. So,
I don't want to know about Lance's dolls. Yep.
Yeah, Lance's dolls. Can't get into there. But then he sent his daughter, I guess I call her my niece because we're pretty close, and then, oh my gosh, it was awesome. Everything, even like that $500 Yoda.
So I thought that was the old one you had.
No, that's brand spanking new.
Sweet. So you're gonna sell the old one as like in a fire sale?
If he's salvageable, that hasn't been determined.
Oh, you haven't seen him yet.
No.
Oh, I see.
Nope.
All right. Has anything else shown up? Any of your tech or anything being cleaned out yet and shown up yet?
No. If you talk to the insurance guy, and I hate that. It's very depressing. Mm-hmm. Because he doesn't want to spend money, right?
Right.
He wants all my stuff to be
perfect.
Okay. And then he's like, okay, this is really caustic smoke. It's terrible on electronics, so just don't be like positive.
Oh.
Like, okay.
Yeah, because in 2 years' time, when the supply chains pick up again, you might be able to replace them.
So I imagine Baby Yoda
I don't feel like that's a good thing that an insurance company should say. Don't be positive.
Well, he just means as far as whether or not I'm going to get my stuff back. They'll replace it, but.
Yeah, I guess they just don't want people to get all excited about it, and then it not like, oh, it's a chance your PlayStation might be okay, and then it shows up like it's like got a foot of water in it.
It's like doctors. This shot might kill you, but then again, you're going to feel a pinch.
Right, exactly. Okay, so the insurance guys are saying they don't know yet, but not to be too positive.
Correct. And then
I just want you to save that 3090. Like, I just feel like if you could save that, you could build a whole PC around it. But if that 3090 made it, it'd be a Christmas miracle.
it really, you know what? Trenton and I made a new Christmas miracle.
Oh yeah.
We scored a PS5 again. Boom!
What?
Nice.
How did you do that?
Yes. We joined. Okay, Walmart's doing a shakedown where if you join their club,
Yeah.
like their PlayStation club for $15.99 a month,
Yeah.
you can then be first in line.
Oh my God, that's like it's like graft.
Oh, it totally is.
That's like they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Well, I got a PlayStation 5 for $4.99, so.
Wow. Well, that's go. So at least okay. So you've got that.
Yeah.
So you're gaming again. Do you have a TV to play it on?
No, I'm sorry. It comes the 16th.
Oh, it comes the 16th. Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah, and I have to talk to
My dad
Fred
really
about
good about that.
getting a controller.
So what's that wolf pup? Your dad what?
Hey, Dad got a PS5, but he should have got it from that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of neat. I don't know. Do they do that in Canada though?
Well,
I feel like
I
that
don't-
should be kind of illegal, though.
It feels wrong.
it feels wrong, yeah. But in other people
It
were
feels
in
wrong,
contact
but
with me.
I get a PS5, so
Right. Other people were in on it too, so it wasn't a guarantee. Other people had written to me and said if they got one, they were going to ship it to me.
They're lying. They were going to take it themselves.
Probably.
Yeah.
I did get those after
they
I
would
said.
they would
"Oh, I
try
got one."
to.
Yeah, after you got it, they're all like, "I'll buy it off you." What? Wait a second. What would it be under? I don't see any. Was it under deals clearance? Would it be? What do they call it?
I think it's called Walmart Plus Club or something like that.
I don't think we've got the Walmart Plus Club.
It
We've got
should be under scams.
under scams. You're right. Nice. Let me look under scams for that.
Oh, I just wanted
Captain
to say,
Captain, thank you.
something I have mentioned on stream. Minecraft 1.18 is out.
I know, and I just canceled our server.
No.
I have the worst timing. I just canceled our server because I got a bill for like $100, and I realized that no one had been using it for God knows how long. So I thought,
haven't been using it for like the past what feels like a year.
yeah, I don't think anyone's been using it. So I've just been like racking up these bills, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like trying to like reduce some of the bills because Christmas is coming and all. So it's like if you're in the UK, there's a Discord called Stock Checker, which is good. Oh yeah, no, I've seen a couple of. I don't need a PlayStation. Neither does Baz. I mean, he won't tell you that, but I will. We don't need a PlayStation. We're like PC gamers. That's like
Well,
we
he'll
don't.
tell you he wants a PlayStation
Probably
just
the
to play
same.
Spider-Man.
I know, but isn't that weird? Like he said that the last time with the PlayStation 4, and I've not heard him say anything
It's
about
been,
any
like,
of the games.
excessive, yeah.
It's a bit excessive. It's true, Lord Chunky.
For one game.
Who is raising that child? Someone's doing a really bad job of raising that child.
My question is, why do they have
Whoever that
disc
is.
versions and not disc versions?
Well, I
think
think,
Not this person's cheaper.
but here's the problem: is so Baz went and bought a Nintendo game the other day, and I was mad at him because he didn't buy the actual hard version of it, the hardware version of it, or whatever it's called, the disc, the chip, because you
cartridge, yeah.
can't resell.
Yeah, the chip is
A digital
good.
one.
Resell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got all mad at him because like, what are you doing? He's like, you're being impatient. You should have just bought the chip and the cartridge or whatever it's called, and then, then we could have resold it. Because we actually, like Baz sold a whole bunch of old stuff. Well, I sort of sold a bunch of his old stuff, and it's amazing how that adds up, right? No, I was just curious to see if Walmart does the same thing here. Look, we don't believe in two-tier medicine. I can't imagine we believe in two-tier Xbox access.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what two-tier medicine is, so...
Two-tier. So the idea in Canada was that they wanted everyone to have free healthcare. But for some reason, they felt that in order to do that, you should not be allowed to pay for healthcare as well, right? Because then that would be a two-tier system. There's people who can afford to spend more and people who can't. But all that happened was what? Well, you guess what happened.
We still had to make money, and the people would go out of business, because...
Right, but where do people go if they got a lot of money and they're in Canada and they need healthcare and they want it now and they don't want to wait?
America.
Where do they go? They go to America. That's right. So there's a
But guess what?
our
People in America
healthcare
go to
minister at one
Mexico,
point.
so, yeah.
That seems like it should be
Yeah.
illegal.
Well, except that if you can't enforce it, Like in a way, if you're going to create a system that's got 2 tier, I mean, again, look, this is my opinion. This is not. This is just the way I feel about it. Is I feel like in England they have a quote unquote 2 tier system, and it helps take some of the pressure off the free tier. So instead of everyone having to go to the same hospitals, people who have money and are willing to pay for it will go to another hospital, and thus my hope is that it takes the pressure off some of the the other stuff. Like maybe there's some days you don't mind lining up, and other days you can't afford to line up because you got to work or whatever. Then it's worth spending a little extra money. But that is illegal in Canada. You're not allowed to do that. You have to go through the through our healthcare system. But as a result, it's very slow and very dated in some ways. So I got some thank yous to make.
So people just say, nah, I'm not doing that, and just go to America and be like, I now have health.
Well, that's the funny thing is, so I have insurance in the States because of SAG, because of the union that my acting union. So I could go down to the States and get stuff done.
SAG insurance because things sag.
Because things sag. Yeah, just in case things sag. Screen Actors Guild, Gimpy. Screen Actors Guild. I don't have insurance for when I sag because it's too late for that. All right, I got a few thank yous I've got to do. Lechuga, resubscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome back. I think you've chosen very unwisely by the sound of it. Oh my God, this is a fun one to say. Ooh ha ha monkey one has followed. There you go. That's a fun one to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, ha ha, monkey one.
Heinrich 621 is subscribed. Thank you very much. XF Kirsten, of course, is resubscribed. Thank you very much. Another friendly face. All right, now back to okay. We're gonna wrap up with Gimpy G here. Okay, so the latest news that you've got is that your stuff is they're still trying to figure out I don't understand. Are they working around the clock on this stuff, or are they just sort of getting to it when they can?
Well, first off, I was really dumb, and our house burnt down around the holidays.
Right.
And people are busy. There's
right.
stuff happening.
Oh, there's Thanksgiving there too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I don't understand that.
So notes to self: don't burn the house down during holiday season.
Time and waited until after Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
it's very inconvenient.
Burn your house down.
Hello, Noodles.
When none of the good holidays are around.
Okay, so if you're going to pencil in a time to have the entire house burned down around you with all of your assistive tech in it, you want to do that. Right. You want to aim for March for that.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
You like being insane with bureaucratic anger, right?
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Yes.
You love it. Me too.
The impotent rage, I love it. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So, okay, I need to get a letter from either the insurance company or Medicaid that says they refuse to pay to take down the lift system because it's like a train track kind of thing on the roof,
right,
on the ceiling,
Right.
Somebody has to refuse to pay for it, so the other one will pay for it. But neither want to pay for it. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Neither want to pay for it, and neither want to write a letter saying that they won't pay for it.
No, I think it's a race to see who's going to get me we ain't pay for it. And then somebody's going to dive through my window and hand it to me or something.
So whoever gets you that first is the one who doesn't have to pay.
Yes, right.
Interesting.
I thought it was interesting that,
ready,
what?
Set, go.
Seriously.
I heard Mario Kart music in the background, so that was amazing after I said ready.
That would be great, yeah.
Bertley, thank you very much. 25 months, says Bertley. I haven't been around in a while. Hope you're all well. We are very well. I mean, Gimpy G's been doing better. Gimpy G was better when he had a house that wasn't burned down. But other than that, I would say we're doing pretty good. How about the rest of the bandits?
How real are we able to be? Are we real or not real? Or
what do you mean?
I had a very hard time during Thanksgiving Day.
Did you?
You
were feeling crazy low?
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
How was the family? Were they managing to celebrate?
Belly.
Lower than a snake's belly.
Exactly. Insane. But sister is crazy, so she made all the fix. We moved into the house
right
the day before Thanksgiving, and she's got a full, feast going.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, man. Ooh. And they
You
had
know,
to clean the
to be
house.
honest, my wife does the same thing. Like, it's like she gets stressed out, but she still, for some reason, claims to enjoy making dinner for like 50 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, then I get stressed out because I'm like, I didn't want to do this anyways.
Well,
Like
yeah.
Thanksgiving.
And then there's a day before that, though. Like, I don't know what's up with this place. It's like the cheapest house you could possibly make out of actual real materials and not Minecraft blocks, you know?
Minecraft blocks at least would be solid.
Yes.
So you got to pay. You have a paper house.
I feel like it is. Like, you can whisper in a closed room.
I was gonna say you can snore. You can snore nearby, and we can all hear it.
Yes. And so.
Are you in the same bedroom with that person, or what's the?
Yes.
Ah.
Like, he turns me and things like that, you know?
Right.
So,
right. So you got to let him sleep while you can.
Yep. So during the day, he takes a nap. He was in a car accident, and since then, every day he has to take a nap, or else it was like a real bad concussion.
Really?
Like where 6 months went poof.
Really?
Him, so.
And now he has. And now he has to take a nap.
Every day.
That is so weird.
Isn't it though?
So he
did not before.
And you hit and he hit his head.
Yes,
I'm assuming.
They got sideswiped. Like every show you ever see, you know, like they're driving along and like doo doo, and everybody's.
And all of a sudden, wham!
Boom! Yep.
Yeah. Jesus. Yep. Well, he's lucky. Did it hit his side or the other side?
It was his side. Yeah. So he wasn't. He's like thick. So he like his mom on the other side.
Yeah.
Also in the rear. They were both in the rear. She had to have like corpse bone put into her neck, and like
really?
A little bit of a rod situation.
Oh, yikes!
And even though he was on the worst side of it, he just got like a really bad concussion, but didn't have to have any surgeries.
Huh.
Yeah, he had a lot of cuts from glass. But
I had a roommate who was driving home from set one day, very late at night, or was being driven home from set one day, and they got like T-boned, and it hit her side of the car when they went through the intersection, and she was out for a good year or so. And she was tiny anyways. No, she was. They had to literally rebuild her. Like, so they had pins all over her body to hold all of the bones together, all the way down. Oh my God, it was awful. It was bizarre. And then get this, she was on opiates for the entire time. So then you have to kick the opiates. You literally have to go through detox on all of the painkillers you've been taking for the last year because you can't, because you wouldn't be able to survive the pain. It's really wild,
Right.
Anyways, yes, sorry. So he's allowed to snore in the afternoon. Then you're saying.
We just do. We try to roll him a little bit here and there, but
Yeah, you need like a little extendable stick that you can just go like boop,
poke,
get a little poke. Yeah. Another good reason for a robot.
See, I need so many robots.
You got to work on Boston Dynamics. Get one of those dogs that could just hop up on the bed and just roll them over.
Dude, I have somebody really big gonna do a benefit with me.
Yeah, do you want to? Can you tell us about this, or is that still secret?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well then don't screw it up. I don't want to be. I don't want to.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
But,
anyways, that's my tier system. If we can get like Bezos and what's his face from Tesla, to like get in some kind of bidding war.
Musk, that's it. Yeah.
Everybody knows the only way to prove who the best billionaire is by donating to GimpyG.
It's true.
That's a fact.
Basically, that's the best way. Yeah. The winner is. Exactly.
It has nothing to do with space, just donating to me.
Even if just Elon Musk gave you all of his Dogecoin.
Right.
Even that would be like
a third of his Dogecoin. That'd be
that's true. A third of anything.
I have plans.
Okay.
I have, like,
you got evil.
$100,000 plan, $1 million plan, and then I've got like crazy money plan where I get my brain implanted in one of those Boston Dynamic dogs.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I think that's the best idea.
And I have drones that fly by and stuff.
I was looking at a convention footage the other day of like, I can't remember, I think it was one I was supposed to go to and I couldn't go to because there was a pandemic on, and for some reason people don't seem to want to. I was like, I'm not traveling in a pandemic. I'm not going to go meet people in the middle of a pandemic. I can do that online. Anyways, and they had a Boston Dynamics robot there. So somebody spent $70,000 on a, aren't they like, Lord Chunky, they're like $70,000, aren't they?
75. Yeah.
$75,000. Holy crap!
How much are the ones that are like now doing policing, like in New York and have?
Aren't those aren't the best? If they're not the Boston Dynamics ones, then plus if they gave them to the government, they're going to be they're going to be twice as much money as they would be to anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's actually kind of exciting. So Gimpy G has got this big YouTuber guy who's going to help out and get him some attention and hopefully some, because you don't want to have to pay for those things. You want people to just deliver them to the house, right?
I have a slight feeling I know who it is.
Oh, you got guesses?
Yeah.
All right, you can guess, but you can't. But we're not allowed to confirm or deny, right, Gimpy G?
Well, it's not going to be as. How about this? They're in the top 100 streamers and/or YouTubers.
They are?
Yes.
I'm so out of the loop. It's not Mr. Is it Mr. Beast?
It's not him.
He's the only one I know.
Exactly.
Who it. I'm almost certain. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it unless it breaches something. That's the thing.
It's fine.
Just using my logic and reasoning.
What do you got?
Do you want me to?
PewDiePie.
The top 100. Mark Rober, maybe, because he's a tech.
Oh, Mark Rober would be great. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. He could probably build you something too.
I thought Linus Tech Tips would be a good one, but no.
Oh, Linus. What is he not? You couldn't get a response from him?
I have not yet, but he's busy, I guess.
He's also Canadian. I could bug him.
On Twitter, I saw that. Well, I don't have Twitter. I was just looking at.
Of course, you don't have Twitter. You're too young. Right.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Sent messages out to people like.
So you may.
Mr. Beast, some dude from one of those house builder dudes.
Oh yeah, HGTV. Yeah, they were not that helpful apparently. They're better at TV than they are at the internet.
No, they actually said that. Hey, where are you around? We'll send man.
Oh, did they say they were going to send someone?
No, I got a little behind the scenes message that was a little more grounded, let's say.
Like, there. I'm so sorry. I guess it's true. I mean, television is also they don't move quickly. Whereas YouTube definitely is definitely faster at that kind of stuff.
We need technology.
It would be like getting it done the day or getting it done 6 months. It's because they need to first finish up the season they're doing now.
Right.
Then do the other thing. Well, YouTube's just like, it just happened now. I can't wait 6 years for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. You're gonna wait till next season? That's no good. All right. Okay. So you got that coming up, which is good. And then and any idea when you'll get some kind of information from the insurance company?
Boy, dude. I mean, there's so much BS that it's like somebody put in a ridiculously high amount for asbestos abatement.
Right.
So the insurance company is going out for.
If it was asbestos, like what
would happen? There is asbestos on the outside of the house, which is so weird to me.
On the outside?
We put in, we put up something called. It's not stucco, but it's kind of like that.
Oh yes, yeah. That stuff. It's like a plaster-based thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
so you put in unbestos.
Exactly.
Wolf Up. You should not go into marketing or branding just for that.
Desbestos?
Oh! Even better. Noodles for the win. Desbestos. Okay.
No,
so
unbestos because it from what I understand,
Mm-hmm.
it's like putting the Asbestos together and be like, no, you are not going to kill the owners of this house.
Asbestos without the asbestos part.
Yeah.
Asbestos without the estos.
Yes.
I'm trying to do the worst jokes right now.
You're,
So
I think you're making it. I think you've succeeded. I think it's possible you've reached dad joke. You've reached dad joke level, I think.
I just want to say I won a game of Fortnite by the dude died in a storm.
Oh, I used to die in the storm a lot.
I was in top 2 and I was shooting at the dude, and he just decided no, so he ran into the storm and died.
I was usually trying to save Cal. Like Cal would get stuck in the storm, and I'd go in and try to get her, and I'd shoot everybody to save her and drag her out into the, and then so I usually died trying to save Cal.
Oh yeah, right, got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like the game is.
Cal, can you confirm this?
I think I'm in beta
Cal's probably
mode,
asleep.
I needed another med kit so I can heal up, and I just found 3 med kits in the same area.
Cal got smacked by a car door again. What?
What?
Again?
What?
Again.
When did?
Regular occurrence?
Is this something you do on a regular basis, Cal?
Cal, you okay?
Is that?
Dang it.
What is with everybody on the Tech Bandits stream? They're all like, their houses are on fire. They're falling off their bicycles.
I'm starting to think you're a monkey's paw kind of deal.
Oh my God! What if I am? I'm like the monkey's paw.
Yeah.
God.
I really wish I could meet Rodney from that.
Landed really hard on my knees
And
this
I'm
time.
not
Trouble
talking.
walking, but it'll heal. Oh my God! So what do you do when something like that happens, Cal? Like, is there like repercussions for the people who opened the car door and stuff, or what? I think you're getting a lot of trouble here for that. I think.
If I was streaming, I feel like everybody would think I'm like using something to give me exactly what loot I need. It's because like I'm finding everything I want.
Did I tell? Did the
Sorry.
bandits know I fell down a flight of stairs?
What?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Not only did he fall down a flight of stairs, he fell down a flight of stairs on his nephew.
True
Oh.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was better.
That's actually an interesting story. Get this. Actually, you should tell them, Gimpy G.
Okay. So we are in a hotel because my house burned down,
Right.
and at 3:00 in the morning, the fire alarms go off.
Oh God.
So you've just lost your house. The fire alarm goes off.
Oh.
Like,
that-
you're gonna freak out somewhat.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
yeah, we're wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and freaking out. So he throws me in the wheelchair and just puts a blanket over me because dressing me is a bit of a process, you know.
He's very picky. He has his special clothes he likes. Yeah.
I like my pocket kerchief just so.
Where's my Michael
That kind of
Jackson jacket? You know, that stuff. Yeah.
So I got underpants on, and we go. The elevator doesn't work. Obviously, the elevator doesn't work because
It
there's
turns
a
off on
fire.
fire.
Correct, but there is a whole panel there that says that there's supposed to be an operator here during fire, that with a key because it had keys and stuff. And
So now
and
you're
the
just
fire.
waiting for the operator. That
Right. Well, and there's nobody there. There's one person who is barely, like, probably not out of their teens, in charge of the whole.
Like me.
Right. Very youthful. Her hairline was more forward.
She had more hair. Thank you. Yeah. Good.
Fitting image.
Yeah.
Don't worry, dude. Me and you, we have so many alike problems. But anyways, so nobody's there. All of the handicap accessible rooms were on the second floor.
Right.
Interesting bit of foreshadowing. My cousin, who took me to the hotel in the carport, said, "Doesn't that seem stupid that they're putting you on the second floor?"
God.
And I said, "I guess they know what they're doing."
Yep. You guessed wrong, Gimpy G.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is some next level foreshadowing right there.
That's like some next level negligence.
So
maybe he was the one who caused it. Dun dun dun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boring Kraken just subscribed. Thank you, Boring Kraken. I don't know if a
Thank
Kraken
you,
can a Kraken even or a Kraken ever be boring, really?
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Kraken. Actually, I don't know.
I would say Kraken.
You'd say Kraken?
Yeah, Kraken.
All right. Who says Kraken then? Anyone?
Yeah.
Is it just me?
David.
Probably It's spelled Kraken, but I think it's Kraken.
All right, so if you go, so you're on the second floor in what is supposed to be a disabled or specially equipped hotel room.
Accommodated area. Yes,
you go to the special elevator for people like you in a fire, and it's not working, and there's no one there to work it for you.
Correct. So,
okay.
What are you going to do? We actually believe in the power of fire now, right? It's been.
You have a certain respect for it, I imagine, at this point.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
So we go to the stairs. Everybody's clearing out.
Yeah.
All the walkies, and I'm calling y'all walkies too. They're just running past us, sprinting down the stairs. Oh, look at us. Stairs barely slow us down.
Wait a sec. The people with the walkies are running around and running past you?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm surprised they didn't shove me. But there's a pretty wide stair case. So
I must ask, was it a mistake? Or was it like, did something actually happen?
Here's a real bit of synchronicity. You guys were discussing swimming, and they keep the room really hot, but the water's cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody has opened the window in the swimming pool area to cool it down, and it steamed up so bad it set off the fire alarm.
At 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
You got to be loving this. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is, but of course we don't know that. We think there's fire imminent. Probably we're on fire currently. Just don't know it.
Right.
That kind of, yeah.
No, I could buy that. You're a little paranoid at this point.
Yeah. So Trenton, the only thing you can think of is if he's between me and downstairs, that's going to be the best because he doesn't want to trust his grip. He doesn't want to pop me a wheelie and try to take me on the chair down the stairs.
Right.
He's worried about taking me out of the chair.
Yeah.
And holding me and trying to find his footing when he can't see
at
all. So we're going down backwards. Like he's in front of me on the staircase. My back's to the stairs. We start going down.
Right.
And that worked for 2 stairs. And then boom. He trips because obviously when you throw on shoes during fire, you put on some slippers or something.
Yeah, whatever you can grab.
His slipper pops off. He goes under me, so he's now roadkill.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're like, boop, 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 boop. But he's holding on and keeping me from tilting all the way over so I don't roll, over and over and over and just
Right.
Who is helping you?
My nephew Trenton.
Super Trenton.
Very nice, very considerate nephew.
Super Trenton. He's already saved him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me out of the fire initially.
Yeah.
So, but we're going boom, 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 boom down the stairs. Every time my tires hit, I have little pouches on the side of my chair, and I have a Yoda backpack, obviously.
Of course.
And so every stair we hit, something flies up higher than the last thing, above my head. There's my wallet. Oh, crap. There's my checkbook.
Right.
And, there's some tools. Woo! And so it was like a pinata from hell coming down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. We get all the way down. Now, the whole way down, he's getting drilled by parts of my chair. Every stair, pump, pump, because he lifts up his shirt, and there's bruises, 20 bruises all over his chest.
Yeah, because you've just been hammering on him.
Yeah, just boom, 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 boom. You know that real mean thing, they do where they make you say uncle?
Yeah.
It was like that, except the extreme edition.
The extreme uncle. And is yours an electric wheelchair? Was it?
It was an electric wheelchair until I went to Las Vegas. That's a whole story too.
Oh.
So does it have motors and batteries and stuff involved?
We've removed most of that.
Because those units are so heavy.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, it definitely.
I know, because there's one sitting right here, and I took apart the chair part of it, and the chair part alone was difficult for me to pick up.
Correct.
And I'm a very manly man, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, very, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who would ever suggest anything otherwise?
Exactly, Noodles.
He plays a barbarian on TV. So.
All right, so you're bouncing down on your nephew. You arrive at the bottom of the stairs, I imagine. Was anyone there to help you? Was there anyone?
There was a lady running down behind us saying, I got it. I don't know what.
Just got it.
But they never
Right.
got it.
She got your wallet.
She did pick up everything. As
Oh,
we went
that's
down
that's
the back,
good.
So that was nice.
That's nice of her. Did you check the wallet to make sure there's nothing missing?
That's a good idea.
I wouldn't trust her. That seems like
We'll have to look into that.
opportunist. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? It was worth it.
Right,
So
okay.
we crashed out into the cold of night, and the same people that I had met 2 weeks prior
At your last fire.
at my last fire
Yeah.
came, and they're just like, you again? And, we reminisced, showed pictures.
Aren't they by that point? Are they not like suspicious that you're like some kind of like a firebug of some sort?
I think there might be suspicion.
I think he's pretending to not be able to move. He's running around setting things on fire.
How?
Like friction?
His evil stare. He's got a pretty good glare. That could set some things off.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Burn them with my glare.
Friction.
with your disapproving look. Okay, so you meet the same fire folks that were there at your house burning, are now at the hotel trying to figure out why the sauna set off the fire alarm.
Well, 2 of them are EMTs. We did smash like my arm and a couple of things coming. It's not whatever. But the problem with me is you can't just look at me and go, well, obviously that's wrong. You have to ask, because.
Is it supposed to bend that way?
Do that.
Yeah, I see.
Right. I'm all bent up and stuff, so it's a bit of a hit and miss diagnosis thing.
Now,
I
have you?
feel better now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you feel any worse for wear having done that?
I did the trip down definitely is a back acre.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, but then we get outside, super cold. The firefighters can go in and verify there is no fire,
Right.
but they are unable to turn off the fire system. Only the manager is,
Right.
and or a custodian.
Right. I'm guessing none of them were available.
Right, and these people are completely unreachable by
Right.
the fire department, by anybody. There's a teenage girl who people are yelling at because every room has a fire alarm going off with the lights and all that,
Yeah.
and they don't get shut off for 5 hours. So I'm in the
5
lobby.
hours?
Yes. I'm in the lobby.
Should we
in
just
my
remind
underwear,
everyone the name of this company? What was this company called again?
Comfort Inn.
Comfort Inn, folks.
Comfort
Where
Inn.
where not to stay.
Ironic thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
it is.
so ironic.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a settlement coming up, and Gimpy G is going to be on every single Comfort Inn ad for the rest of your life.
Who knows? Yeah.
Gimpy G says they're now safe.
We tested it.
There you go. Oh, we got a first time viewer, and they say they're Cola 98765. Oh, that makes me thirsty. Cola. Would you look at where you can end up on random host? I didn't know David was streaming. No one does. Or they do, and they're just avoiding us.
Forgets about him.
Or they're just avoiding us. I think that's probably more like
they
it.
might be avoiding us.
Yeah, that's probably it.
At this point, I would not be surprised.
Exactly. Yes.
They're missing good stories, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
There's
No, you're gonna be the poster boy.
There's some good there's some good names for you in the chat. I don't know if you've seen them, Gimpy G. Gimpy G the Unburnt.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Like the Khaleesi,
Yeah.
but different.
The Untidy Tech says,
Didn't say more like uncomfort out. Or something like that.
"Ooh," or decomfort. No, never mind.
No, you don't have the right.
Asbestos. I kind of like Asbestos. Sorry, Wolf Pup, but Asbestos is that it's got a better ring to it.
You have to. Yeah, come on.
It's got a better ring. Yeah.
But
I prefer apple cider to cola. Says bite me, I'm Klingon. There you go. Okay, so for 5 hours they've got the alarms going off. Some poor teenager is about to join the great, what is it called? The great withdrawal. The great, what do they call it? Resignation. She's like, that's it. You're not paying me enough. I'm out.
I feel so bad for that girl. Poor girl.
I do too.
She Yeah,
So do I.
Like, if there's all these people yelling at her and she has no clue what's going on. Like,
Well, and she's not being supported by the people she's working for, and that's like they've put her in a terrible position as well.
Yeah, what's she supposed to do?
Yeah.
Now, we're the only people not yelling at her because we're smart. We understand.
Well, and you were in too much pain from having fallen down their ridiculous staircase. Yeah.
Now, she did have a friend. There was a shift change at 6 a.m., so 3 hours into it.
Oh, my
there was
God.
a shift change, and she stayed with her friend, who's also sub-20.
Right.
So now they do have two people to make phone calls, and I didn't see a phone in their hand all the time. So I just asked my sister to pull my underpanted self up to the little desk so I could just stare at them while
nice.
dialing.
Nice.
I really wanted to go back to my room.
Yeah, no kidding. 3 a.m. Oh, my God. That is...
And the girl comes out of the back with a phone in her hand. She's like, I'm trying.
You're like, good, try harder. I guess there's not a lot you can do. I guess you can't call harder, really, can you? I mean, it's not like...
Right, you can't. You really can't. So, 8 o'clock, we get back to our room. The next day, the manager calls and tries to, like...
bribe you?
Boss my sister? No. She went the opposite direction.
But she's gaslighting her?
She's gaslighting. She's like saying to my sister, who did not call this lady, nobody's called this lady. And she's like, you made one of my girls cry last night. It's like, what?
What?
No,
that's how she started?
That's how she started.
Hi there, it's the manager of the hotel that's just had the fire alarms going for 5 hours and that you were unable to escape safely because you don't have the use of your legs. You made one of our people cry. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I can't imagine.
If you cared so much about them.
Yeah, you'd have been there for them.
You put a little doe-eyed guy in underpants right in front of her and she cried.
To be honest, if I had to sit there looking at you in underpants for 5 hours, I'd probably cry too, Gimpy G.
I would. If there was just a mirror, I'd be crying the entire time.
We'd all be. I feel a little verklempt just thinking about it. So, okay, but now you're in your new place, which is a tent in a field somewhere without internet, right?
It's like, I guess we're on the cusp of some kind of time anomaly. Because there is no internet.
Do you see dinosaurs? Are there dinosaurs roaming the back lots?
It's not the cool kind of time. It's like a weird time between time.
It's like Amish time.
Ew, that sucks.
Yeah, okay. It's like let us go to the field and till the it's not good. Okay, there's no
exactly
no robots. Got it. That was my terrible Amish accent. I don't even know what an Amish accent is. But it sort of sounds a little German, sort of. I don't know how to do it. Yeah. But I'm sure I've offended many people. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting text messages from my family. I've just got to make sure there's no one.
Okay, no problem.
Here we go. Okay, very good. Just checking. It's good. I still have a son. It's true. Well, that's what I said, Janus TV. Starlink.
I wish that was going here. I can't get it going here right now.
It doesn't.
It says
it's not available
at this latitude or something.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! Seriously? What if they really don't have satellites up there?
Do that at this latitude. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more north of was it 37 or I can't remember what parallel it is.
You'd be surprised, James Gurney. You'd be surprised. We probably have a huge Amish following here on Twitch.
True.
Yeah.
Especially during what's that called, Rumspraga or whatever it's called.
Is that what it is?
When they let them go free for a year.
Oh, I just thought that was I thought MTV made that up.
No, it's Rumspringer or Rumspraga or something.
Watchers. They're watchers. That's right. Exactly. The Rumspringer. Okay. Yes. Most likely not enough sats up yet. Okay. I see. They've got their, and they're going to have a hard time putting sats up. Well, no, actually it doesn't affect the sats, does it? Them blowing up that Russian, you heard about them blowing up that Russian satellite, right?
Yeah.
What?
That was fascinating.
The Russians decided to test, quote unquote, their anti-satellite technology. So they blew up one of their old satellites. But the only problem is, what happens when you blow up a satellite?
Debris.
1,500 separate pieces of debris.
Oh, Oh, God.
So the guys on the space station, including the Russians, had to leap into their emergency, whatever they are, the things that the droids got into at the beginning of Star Wars, their escape pods. And they had
emergency, if all fails, go here.
Yeah.
You might not die.
That's it. That's exactly it. So they had to do that every, I can't remember, it was every 6 hours or something, because they kept, every time they went past the debris or something, I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, isn't that wild?
This is our emergency. We think you might survive if you stay here. Let's test it out.
By blowing up a
They
satellite.
wear their suits too, right? During that time, I can't remember.
What was that?
I think they had to be in their spacesuits too. During
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
time.
No, they had to suit up and everything. Yeah. No, it was like full on gravity there. It's the Untidy Text talking about it here. The Kessler syndrome thing. The idea of if one piece of debris hits a satellite, let's say, that satellite blows up. A piece of its debris hits more stuff, and it can cause a chain reaction where everything in orbit around a certain area can be taken out by this thing. It's kind of the premise for Gravity. If you've never seen Gravity, it's gorgeous. I mean, the way they did that was.
Yeah, it keeps us from floating away.
Did you see it?
Kind of useful, you know. Well, you can't really see Gravity, you know. You kind of.
No, the movie Gravity. The movie Gravity.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, Noodles has not been around for so long. She's completely lost track of the whole, I only know movies. That sounds like something McKay would accidentally start. Thank you, Anima Confusa, and let's just ban Anima Confusa.
Excuse me.
Speaking of things,
I think it's a wonderful fact.
Isn't it? Based on the current world politics, they are one in the same. What's this? Who's the one the same? The reality is that I think right now there's a bit of a debate on about who's going to win. Who's going to win in space? So it's kind of nice to know that we're bringing all of the problems. All of the problems of our planet are now moving into the space zone.
I'm sure all the aliens out there will be so thrilled.
Won't they? They're just ignoring us. I think they're like skip that planet. They're a bunch of jerks.
That whole thing that's like there's the possibility that there's a bunch of alien civilizations out there, and they all know we exist. We just don't, because they're purposely like, don't.
Yeah, they're too
don't
smart.
Find us. Don't do that.
Yeah.
There was a Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes is great. I love Calvin and Hobbes.
There was a Calvin and Hobbes that said that the clearest sign of alien intelligence is that they haven't made contact yet.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I really like Calvin and Hobbes. Rereading it too later, there's a lot of.
I want to get some. I found it really hard to find them.
Really? I have like awesome. if you want to borrow something.
I do, because I wanted Baz to read. I thought Baz would get a kick out of them because he is Calvin and Hobbes. So
just return them. I think they might be one of my dad's prized possessions.
Okay, we're not allowed to ban Anima Confusa because apparently is a nice nerd girl from Croatia. It's our Croatian. It's a Tech Bandit Croatian outpost.
In Croatia, I don't know.
Even if you weren't from Croatia, we shouldn't ban you.
Untidy Tech seems to think that Anima Confusa was French.
Huh.
David, how can I send you a T-shirt?
Do you have a PO box?
I like T-shirts. Do you have an extra large T-shirt? People either buy me 2 big T-shirts or 2 small T-shirts. I find I can certainly do that. Best way to do that is to email me, and I will send you a care of. I usually have stuff sent via the Monkeys and Parrots offices, and that would be fantastic.
I know this is pretty random, but I heard the word French, so it made me think of it. Our supply teacher is becoming our full-time French teacher.
Is that good though?
Yeah, everybody likes the supply teacher.
Okay, good. Because that doesn't often happen. Usually they have to.
What's a supply teacher?
Oh, I've had some wonderful supply teachers in my days.
What that means?
Back in my days.
Is that a joke?
That's not an American thing. I've never heard of it.
Is it not really?
Teacher.
What?
Really?
I'm telling the truth. I've never.
That's a Canadian thing. He's a teacher. He just never heard of supply teachers.
What do you do when the teacher can't
Substitute teacher.
That's what you do.
Class?
What?
Oh, okay. I was a substitute teacher.
There you go.
That just doesn't exist. You just have to go to school.
I didn't supply the kids anything. I just.
That is true.
I thought maybe it was a logistics thing. We had to bring peanut butter and, I don't know.
Oh, don't bring peanut butter.
No, definitely bring peanut butter. I love peanut butter.
No, just kids.
I could survive on. Oh, well, no, but then that stops in high school. All of a sudden, no one has to worry about peanut butter in high school anymore. Isn't that weird?
Oh, speaking
Not
of
in
which,
high
Well,
school.
because by then they
though.
should be responsible for themselves. And I should be able to bring almonds to school because almonds are good.
You can't bring almonds to school.
You can't bring any type of nut or
Oh,
nut-based
snap.
product.
To junior school.
Nuts to school.
To junior
Until
school,
grade
though, right?
No.
And
Until grade 8.
grade 8, okay. And then the idea is that after grade 8, you're smart enough to avoid nuts unless you're nuts,
well,
right?
In grade 8, they still don't enforce as much. But they're not supposed to still.
Yeah, honestly, nobody stays at school for lunch anyway. So
They
the
don't?
only reason I do it is just because one of
They
my
do at
friends that I
Baz's
hang out
school.
with-
Baz is always at school for lunch, isn't he? Or is he not?
wait.
Wait.
So did
Yeah,
I?
there is nowhere to go where you guys are.
No, there's a bunch of places, but their lunch is too short, so there's no time to get food.
Yeah. Well, yes,
Yeah, well, there's places, just not like.
Right. Yeah. In secondary school in the UK, you basically look after yourself. At least 10 years ago, you did. There you go. Untidy Tech. I think secondary school is much the same. The idea being that you are of an age where you can start deciding what classes you're supposed to take, and if you fail, it's your problem, not your parents anymore. Thank God.
Oh, yeah, I hate
That
those
kind of stuff.
stupid- I hate the ones that are like parent-teacher interviews, but you should come as a child. You should come to the parent-teacher interviews. I'm not just like, then don't
What?
have them.
Why would you have a parent?
Don't have them.
Those
No.
are so awkward.
It doesn't make sense to have a parent-teacher interview if you're gonna want to not like you're gonna want the kid to. I find the reason for that is the kid goes to school, tell whatever you need to tell the kid in school.
Right. And then they talk to the parents, and it's like that's when we can go like, how bad is he? That's generally what we say. We go like, I'm
my
so
good
sorry.
teaching paid
Yeah.
off again. I just want you to know,
Yeah.
if you remember right, a student pulled me like back away from the burning vehicles.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now a former student who liked me so much, she then after graduating would drive me to the college to teach at night
Oh, that's nice.
and like write on the board and stuff.
Yeah.
She got paid, but she is now something with Piero, and she set up a thing in my backyard like that they would set up at like concerts and things.
What?
To supply Wi-Fi.
Oh,
So
that's where you got the Wi-Fi.
That's what I'm talking.
You got the special event Wi-Fi.
That is how good I am at talking to people.
That's like a
They
superpowered
like
super teacher.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good
Oh,
sign.
yeah.
It's a good
that
sign.
math teacher did that.
You know what would really, really show that they loved you? Boston Dynamics Robot Dog.
True.
When that happens, then I'll buy it. Yeah.
Depending on how old they are and how fresh out of university and college
Yeah.
they are, I don't know if that's anywhere in any of their budget.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends. If they're investing in crypto,
Yeah.
they might be.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of crypto millionaires. Maybe that's who you want to be friends with. That's who you want to have taught well. But most of them will have dropped out of school.
Dude, this is how old I am. Some of the kids I like student taught, when I was a student teacher,
Yeah.
they're like 40. What the hell?
Psh, don't even start on me. I'm the guy they go up to and they go like, "Oh my God, my dad used to watch your show."
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I was even born. Whatever.
Does
When
everybody
did
know that you're
the
trying to
show
get me
first start?
Rodney?
When did Stargate first start?
Yeah, Stargate.
Yeah. Like the 90s, right?
Atlantis or
Well, SG1 started like, I don't know. Someone
Yeah.
in the chat will know. I don't know these things. I'm
when
bad
were
at.
you first in Stargate?
It started
Would that be?
in.
I was in SG1, and it would have been God. They said 97. They think it started 97.
97?
I'm just going to say this is your words exactly, David. Stargate started back in the old days.
Back in the old days. It's true. Back in the old days. Well,
the old
Stargate
days.
movie was 94. I see. So the movie was 94. SG1 started 97. I probably didn't show up until the 2000s, I'm sure.
2002 or 4 or something like that.
Was that what it was? I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I was doing some investigating for a tweet I did
Yeah.
at you.
Oh, right. So you wanted to make sure you got the jab. You got the jab right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
Which one?
Okay, you were trying to get MGM to give me memorabilia, but
Oh, yeah.
since
Because I assumed that you had a shrine, just like you did for Baby Yoda. You probably had one for me as well. I assumed. Yeah.
right, so
Yeah.
I pulled on some knowledge and I said, you're right, David. In MGM, I had the allergic reaction, Rodney. That if you got citrus close to it, it would break out and swell.
No, I would die. I was a deadly allergy. It was not something to be mocked. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, and they also said I had an action figure, McKay.
Oh, yeah.
That would curl into the fetal position when yelled at.
Whenever in danger. Whenever in danger, roll into a ball. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I ran out of room. I was going to say that I also had the extremely rare pee in my pants, Rodney, but I didn't.
Nice.
So.
You fill it with water, and whenever it gets scared, it just wets itself. Yeah, that's nice. Nice. There are people right now looking them up, just so you know. Trying to find them right now. This is a bit of a non sequitur, but I'm kind of curious. Actually, no, I should say a few thank yous first. Jakander is still hurling bits around. Jakander, you're mad, but thank you very much. Zerg Jerk has just resubscribed. Thank you very much. For Radic Zelenka. What? We don't want your subscriptions for them. The Fumbles McStupid. Invisible Dimensions just resubscribed. Thank you very much. Oh my God, a few people have. Saint Mal Reynolds. Sergeant Mal Reynolds has resubscribed. Thank you very much. Very good of you. And of course, Cola 98765 has followed, which just makes me thirsty. So I've got something to show you. I'm just going to run off and grab. I'm actually going to go grab a drink because I can feel my mouth getting all dry. So I'll be back in 2 seconds, and then I'm going to show you this science thing, which I think is. I'm curious to know what the Tech Bandits have to think of it, what to have to say about it. In fact, I'll tell you now, and then you can talk about it while you can think about it. So if I change this window, wait a second. If I do this, okay. Have you seen this? Let's see if I can do this here. So this is the scientists. I think I'm gonna have to go without the sound, otherwise I'll get. There you go. The Xenobots, these tiny little robots that they've made out of fish skin, like frog skin. Yeah. So they're little machines that can actually go and do. They look like little Pac-Man, and they push around things until they can form other ones. Like I don't know what they're doing there. It looks like they're cutting them a little bit or something, but the creatures were designed by the computer, assembled biologists. How cool is this? If I move this up a bit, you can see it a little better.
That's very cool.
Nope, that's the wrong thing. Scientists think they can be useful for searching out radioactive contamination. That'd be cool. Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think of that?
If they make the wagga 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 noise,
they should. They use the whole like chasing ghosts and stuff. So Xenobots, but I just kept thinking like, how many frogs died because of that though? Like, were frogs endangered by that? Oh, by the way, that other camera.
Frogs endangered by what?
They probably like say, take my skin. I think it's their skin, yeah. Or it's something to do with like stem cells or something. They're literally making. They self-replicate.
Oh, okay.
So they can make more of them.
I have to go, but I might be able to come back in about half an hour-ish. I have a piano lesson.
Well, go and be brilliant.
That's so cool.
What are you playing? Any Taylor Swift? I like Taylor Swift.
No.
No? You should get her to play some Taylor Swift. That's
Piano.
I thought it was a Swiftie.
I'm playing a song from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's kind of neat. All right.
Cool.
That's cool. I mean, I'm not as cool as Taylor Swift, but, I like that Taylor Swift. She's a good singer. All right, well, good luck. We may or may not be there when you get back. I'm going to go get a drink now. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, so first, everybody, do we think that when David listens to Taylor Swift, that he, like, cries, eats ice cream, and thinks about, romance has gone wrong? I think so.
Yeah.
Probably, right? He's probably like, I get you, Taylor. I understand that. That's me. And then, let's bring back around to science. We'll make sure we end on David when he gets back. Why start with frog skin? What do you think about this? What do you think? Because the proteins and things are already kind of situated?
Maybe.
About how it's going to work?
What's that?
You talking about like how it works?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I just don't like frogs. That's the. That's why they did it.
So they're living cells scraped from frog embryos and then assembled them into entirely new life forms.
So are they getting automatic motors by doing that? Like so that you can contract and get the motion, or do you get what I'm saying?
Apparently they have like little tiny hairs or something on them that will move them around.
Right,
They heal
so, yeah,
themselves.
of some sort.
So you cut them.
And they heal.
And they heal themselves. And they can move, but I don't understand how they can move. You're right. I was thinking about them having little hairs or something. I was reading the whatever it's called, the scientific journal thing on it.
Yeah.
So they were designed on a computer. Interesting. So they were designed on a computer. So you basically put the cells in different forms to see which ones work. These are older ones. There are new ones now that are self-replicating. Wait a second. There's some other ones. Hang on a second. It's the first living robots. When are those? Those are January the 14th. So there was some new ones. Let me just see about this. Reproducing robots. So I'd heard about these Xenobot things before. It's these, the first living robots start to reproduce. That's the thing. That was the thing. I thought that was kind of interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up without getting in trouble. This is the Telegraph. See how mad they get. Nope. Thank you.
David is trying to get a copyright strike from
Bertley.
Everybody.
Oh, is Bertley out of here? See you, Bertley.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I can't. I mean, the CNN has it. They'll get mad at me.
What the hell is the name of that thing? At the beginning of a scholarly paper.
Abstract. The abstract.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank God. I was doing that old guy thing where I'm not going to be able to move on.
So look,
until I get it.
this is them. So they're C-shaped. They collect and compress loose stem cells together into piles, which then mature into offspring.
That movement, that's what I'm questioning. Is that musculature or is that just some kind of
I think it's like it's
expanding?
I think it's cilia. It's some kind of hair or something.
You just made that up.
I think I might have. I thought that's what they said though. Something about it.
Could be.
I'm looking. Okay, wait a sec. I'm looking to see. How do they move?
Through hairs.
Is it hairs? I thought there were hairs or something. I thought there were, but someone will have to read it better than me.
Maybe they're like worms. Maybe they taught it how to become worms.
But does that mean we could make these? Like
that would be cool.
If we get everything working for it.
Yours would work for like a week, and then we'd have to call somebody
to come and it ate my arm. How do they move? That's what I want to know. Let's find out how they move. Oh, another raid! Holy moly! Natalie's Winter just raided us. Thank you very much.
Not gonna be able to end this stream because then he would.
Don't be cilia. I like that. Hyperfocus says, "Don't be cilia." I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was something about. Oh shoot. Well, if my HDMI didn't work before, it's not going to work now because I just poured my entire can of water onto it. Hang on, back in a sec.
Why? We did not see that. It did not happen.
I have one question for David, and that's how.
Why does he confess to these things right on TV? I don't get it.
OMG. Holy mother. I'm unplugging.
Oh my.
I'm unplugging. I'm powering down. Holy mother. I have just poured water all over my laptop. Now I really hope Asus gets back to me with a new laptop.
It looks like somebody poured water.
Oh, that's not good.
Are you sure it just stopped working?
That is doing some weird things. Okay, I'm going to power down.
Are you smelling smoke?
Oh, boy. I got to be careful with this laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just poured like a half a can of, luckily, unsugared water, basically, into its keyboard. So that should be interesting. I think what I'll do is I'll tip it up the other way so any water can come out the other side. Oh my God, it's everywhere. Oh, shoot.
I'm sorry to laugh at your misfortune, dude.
No, it's fine. At least it's not on
Maybe
fire.
this helps you. Yeah.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
it's not as exciting as a fire, but I did pour water. Maybe they'll do a whole news story on me now.
Yeah.
How I was streaming and then an entire bottle of bubbly fell into the to the thing. Oh my God.
On set, they didn't have Taco Tuesday.
They didn't. That's right. That was really what let me down. That's when it really fell apart for me. Okay, so I'm gonna shut that down because I ain't using that laptop right now. But I do want to find out what the deal was. I thought it was some kind of weird little cilia, like some kind of like little hairy thing on the outside of the of this.
I see that for motility, but I don't understand the chomp chomp.
Oh, but they're not chomping.
Oh, I thought they were chomp chomp.
Yeah, they're not chomping. They're just. I think that's the nature of the way they've designed the way they've designed the cuts in these things is, I guess, there's some way about the structure of these cells, the way they've cut them, it makes them do different things, basically. All right, let me see. What's that called? Xenobots? Is that right? Xenobot frog movement. Let's see. Let's see how they move. Okay, so how the heck do they move around? That's what I want to know.
Hey, Brent's from Slovenia.
Who is?
I don't know. Bren1232.
It's from Slovenia.
From
hey,
Slovenia.
How you doing, Bryn? From Slovenia?
I hope you get your cigarettes this month.
Open the screen, turn it upside down, place by heat or a fan. Do not even look at it till tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. Terabyte killer. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've turned it upside down. So the water will run towards the away from the keyboard. And away from the it'll run out of the keyboard and onto the screen as opposed to into the innards. And I'm totally freaking out. My blood pressure has just gone through the roof. Jonathan M. says he's done this several times before. Usually with coffee, though, Jonathan. Not usually with, like, this much water. And at least I've got sound.
Yeah, that's great. So are you running a 2-PC system? Or are we running on the...
No, I've got the Baz's old PC, his cast-offs, are what we're streaming with. We're streaming with that. So Baz's old desktop PC is now just purely for streaming. And it's for this exact reason that I tend to have horrible accidents whenever I try to use the computer at the same time. So, and Bryn132's followed. Thank you very much, Bryn.
Well, that's great. Thanks, Bryn.
God. Did I miss anyone else? No, I said hello to Natalie's Winter, who came in with 5 people. They were obviously doing something far more interesting than this, I'm sure. I'm sure it will turn out fine. I'll keep you posted.
While you were gone, David,
yeah,
James was suggesting, James Gurney,
yes,
James Gurney, was saying that you like Taylor Swift because of the breakup stuff, like you eat ice cream and cry.
Sure.
And say,
That's it.
I get you.
I guess what I. No, I do. She's had a hard time, and so have I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can see.
James Gurney, right again.
As always. So it's pushing along loose cells to create a new lump of cells, which are stem cells, so they'll take on the form of whatever they're like in contact with, right? There you go. Okay, so that's it. Each clump is around 0.5 millimeter wide and covered in minuscule hair-like structures in your face.
Nice.
I wasn't just being silly. So that's what it was. So that's how they move around. It's kind of neat, though. Like, I mean, are we just going to give up on mechanical robots and just go with organic ones? I mean, eventually it would make more sense, wouldn't it? Like, it almost makes more sense than, like, especially when you're dealing with humans, right? I mean, you don't want big, hard robots. You want nice, soft, squishy ones, like what's his name?
Well, I mean, but think of how many things evolution have already done for us. Why redesign the wheel?
Yeah, we just don't want them to have their own free will. That's all. We just want them to be able to do exactly what we want when we want them to, right?
So you're
right, but yeah,
people have made something that just eats frogs.
Yeah, us. What? We eat frogs. That just eats frogs? No, it's actually they're cells. They're little clumps of cells from frog embryos, from baby preborn frogs, and then they are sort of put together in a certain configuration, which makes them, I guess, move in a certain way. And because of their shape, they seem to sort of collect other stem cells that they can then clump together, and those clumped cells will then turn into other little robot, not robots, but will then form into other little frog cells, basically.
Xenobots. Xenobots.
1977 all out, or I'm guessing, is that like a Fallout thing? Thank you for your subscription. Very kind of you. One thing evolution struggles with, the wheel. It struggles with the wheel. What else we got? True, I've only done the rice with cell phones. Yes. Actually, that is very good. I'll tell you, I've done the rice with cell phone, and everyone tells me it doesn't work. It absolutely works.
That's going to be a lot of rice.
It's the exact same thing as letting your phone sit on the counter, unless you have a really humid house.
I'm just telling you, from what I've experienced, I've put cell phones in. It's sucked up. Now, you know what else, though? I also put a bunch of those silicon things in.
Silicon. Yeah.
The silica definitely absorbs water.
Yeah.
I've seen it do it.
What I do is just set it kind of upright in a non-humid place.
And just let it dry.
Don't turn it on.
I wonder if I should... Yeah, I immediately power it off.
And then you don't get rice in your charging port. You have to get tweezers.
Oh my God. No, you want to watch out for that. I don't want... I couldn't put this in rice because the rice would get in all.
Well, here's the thing. If it's not in the charging port, then it does nothing. What is surrounding it with rice going to do besides not make it humid?
It picks up all... Oh, God. It's so wet that when I picked it up, water came out of it. That's really not a good sign, right?
Just wipe it off with a towel.
No, but it came from inside it.
Okay.
The water came from inside it. Jack. Jack, don't be calm. This is not a time to be calm, Jack. This is a time to panic.
Yeah.
This is... Oh, my God. Let me pour rice all over it. Should it be boiled rice? Should I boil the rice first?
No, that's the worst thing you can do.
What about like a nice sticky rice? Maybe a nice sticky rice?
Warm, humid environment.
That's it. Exactly I'll put it in the rice maker. That's what I'll do.
A nice risotto.
We got bought a rice maker.
Really? I hear they can be good.
They're fantastic, except that ours never tells you when the food's ready. You put it on, you have no... It plays you Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then I have no idea when the rice is going to be ready. No idea.
It probably does it when it says star.
Aw, Tweety Row, thank you very much. Tweety Row's out here gifting subs to Grantsworth.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, yeah, David, how's the Roomba? And what Confused is asking.
Oh, about how's the Roomba? The Roomba's doing... Yeah. The Roomba is back, but the Roomba is slightly confused. Because the Roomba only...
You killed the Roomba.
I did, but then I revived the Roomba, and now the Roomba only moves in circles.
So one of the wheels is broken, probably.
No, I think it's actually... I've decided it's one of the sensors. I think one of the sensors is permanently on, so it thinks that it's hitting a wall all the time. Kind of the way I feel in my life sometimes, and certainly how Gimpy G feels, I'm sure.
Okay, this probably sounds weird, but why does it still have sensors if you're using it remote controlled?
You'd think it wouldn't need it, but for some reason it triggers it no matter what. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of an override thing. It's probably just it's even when you're remote controlling it, it's still using the brains it's still using the Roomba brains, and I think the Roomba brains are just as part of the default. There's probably a way of getting around it, but yeah, for some reason it just automatically goes to the right. And when I tested it, it beeped 9 times, which indicates that it was a sensor.
Oh, beeped 9 times?
Yeah.
Not 8.
Sensor issue. There you go. But I'll tell you what else I got moving in circles is the wheelchair.
Wow.
So it spins around this way, and then it spins around this way. But I can't do it because I'll hurt myself. I did last time, so.
It just made me think of Mario Kart, just Mario Kart in real life, but with...
Dude, that's what I want. I want like my own little cart, and I want to put like a snowplow on the front. Are you seeing how windy it is out there?
Yeah, it's pretty windy.
I'm waiting for like a tree to come down in this shot. It's kind of a cool shot with the Stargate there and the sun going down. This is a very cinematic stream, I might add. So I took apart my Roomba, and then I downloaded my personality to it, and now it's broken. There you go. That's what it is. That's so funny, and not at all the same time. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious. Oh, my God. Terabyte Killers just cracking themselves up. They're just cracking themselves up.
I just want to say I'm able to stream next year, so I'm really excited for that.
What are you
Yay!
gonna stream?
I'm probably just gonna stream the games that I play, cause why not?
Mhm.
I can get a community while I'm just having fun playing video games.
I feel like Life According to Wolf Pup would be a really good stream/podcast.
What? So run that by me again.
Life According to Wolf Pup.
Yeah, it's true. Just put like
How
a
to solve
series
your
of
problems
insults.
with firearms.
A series of insults. A series of stories that can all be solved by handguns of some sort. Oh, did I just turn my? I think I just hit my mic all the way down.
Handgun exactly when the Simpsons, like I'm listening to music very faintly in the background, and
Right.
you said that exactly when It's a Handgun came on.
That's how. But it's America. It's not hard to find a handgun when you need it.
No, it's
Or when you're.
It's a thing from The Simpsons, because all I know is that Homer bought a handgun, and Marge is like, ah.
All right. So here's my question for you. You heard about the recent shooting, right?
I wanted to talk about that too, and I did not know how to broach the subject.
Badly, like me. That's what I do. Well, because Baz came in the other night and said, "Oh my God, there's been not even oh my God, just said there's been another shooting in the States," and I was like, well, I kind of want to talk about that. Like, what do you like? What is that? Like, what are your thoughts on that? And I was like, so, like we've banned toy guns, but not real guns, and I mean, like, I don't understand. I'm curious to know what people's thoughts are on this stuff.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
That doesn't really make sense.
The school shooting?
There was a recent school shooting, right?
In America, airsoft guns have to have the orange tip on it, but handguns are legal.
So you're saying, but that's what I mean. Is like they've got these weird rules about things that they're worried about people getting shot carrying airsoft guns. Right. They're worried about kids running around with airsoft and getting shot by the police or somebody else because they think that they're armed crazies out there with guns. Mm-hmm. Is that the idea? But that's the idea behind the fluorescent orange thing sticking out of the gun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then, of course, the funny thing is cosplayers then go and cut all that off and paint it so that it looks like a real gun again.
But they usually don't go running around in public.
It's illegal to take the stuff off.
It's not actually.
Is it not? Well,
it's not.
Up here, maybe not.
It's not illegal, but...
Is it not?
In America, it is... You have to have the orange tip on.
It has to come with the orange tip.
It has to be designed with the orange tip.
Then...
If you modify it afterwards. That's interesting. So you can't buy a fake gun without an orange tip on it.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
I think that it's around the entire thing.
Like, if you're going to a convention and you have, like, a airsoft gun, you're legally allowed to have that, like, gun if you're using it as a prop without an orange tip. It's not like there are people, like, police there would arrest you for that, because that's fine.
It was...
They're allowed to have a prop gun still.
But doesn't it feel weird that there's all these rules about fake guns, and there doesn't seem to be as many rules on the real guns?
And they're trying to push back even those that are. So
well,
people don't know that, like what assault rifles and things were illegal like a decade ago, or 15 years ago here in America.
But what I don't entirely understand the right to carry and all that kind of stuff. Like, would this kid who came into school with a gun, would they have been allowed to have that gun?
No. Apparently, it got bought for him 4 days before.
4 days before someone bought it for him 4 days before the shooting?
Yeah, his dad.
Wow.
Good parenting right there.
What was the reason for buying him this gun was he was feeling low? I mean, what is that?
Well, there's a lot of bad stuff on this. Like, it looks like the adults in the family were highly racist and worried about immigrants and immigrants taking over. So they were very militant on, protecting the border, even though they're way up north.
People are afraid of that, but we already started that in the first place.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
From what I have been, the very little of what I've been taught for history in school,
is that we're all immigrants.
No, is that we basically came in, took the land, and
Yeah.
like this is our land.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically we're immigrants. And we came in and we took over and did exactly the stuff that we're scared that other people are going to come and do too. Not us. I shouldn't say us, but our, our forebears, yeah. But it's I just wonder, like, what are your guys' thoughts? Like Wolf Pup, you like guns. Like you're a gun fan. But you're not going to go into a school and shoot people. Is the sense that I get.
That would be very.
But you have no desire to kill. There's no desire to kill people, other than in video games.
Yeah.
So what would you say about guns then? Do you think we should? I mean, should we be making them illegal? Should we be stopping? Like, what do you do about it? How do you stop this from happening? Like, I feel this happens like all the time now.
On this episode of All Techbandits.
Don't allow that. Because, like, you're not gonna leave. Okay, here's my brain working. You're not gonna leave like, if you're a kid, it's like baby proofing a kid. You're not gonna leave the knife in the room with it.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that we should. So you like the idea of having like gun safes and all that kind of stuff. But then that to me that defeats the whole purpose of having a gun in the first place, right? Like if you have to go to a gun case, undo a combination lock, open the door, and go get your gun, and then put ammunition in it, and then load it, and then like that whole time is like if you truly needed a gun, it either has to be like right there, ready to go, or it's kind of useless to you, isn't it?
Well, but think about how often that comes up. I almost think
I would say never. I would say never.
You need a gun, lickety split, right? Yeah, it's only a fantasy that you need your gun and you're gonna like spin around and gun people down and save family.
And my concern is that when I hear a noise outside now, what do? I check my Wise cameras. Like I don't even go outside.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if I had a gun, would I go outside to go and try to? Would I go and
Like what I'm trying to say is you shouldn't have to have it in a safe. Like I don't feel like open carry. You shouldn't be able to do that.
So open carry, and I don't even understand that entirely. But the idea is, Gibby G, help me out on this. Is that you're allowed to wear and carry a gun wherever you go because that's your right.
And that's spreading quite rapidly. Texas and a lot of red states.
But the idea is just because people want to be able to, like, you can't go to a shopping mall with an AK-47, can you?
You can.
I don't think you're allowed. Like.
Yes, you are. It depends on the state. You can.
I don't think you're allowed.
Well, there is no fully automatic.
No fully automatic guns. Those are banned.
But any gun. So I could walk into a mall with a shotgun and no one's going to stop me in a carry state.
People will.
In certain places, yes. You can see bars. They're having a hard time convincing lawmakers to make bars the one exemption from open carry. Because, people make so many wise decisions at the bar.
People go there,
I don't want someone
5 drinks and
Yeah, it's illegal to drive. It's illegal to drive a car after alcohol. Surely it should be illegal to have a gun. I mean, that seems just like common sense.
But no.
But okay, but from a growing up stage, when you're in, I mean, do you guys do lockdown rehearsals and stuff, or whatever they're called? Do you still do that stuff?
The kids. Okay.
Yeah. Like Lord Chunky, do you do lockdowns and stuff? Like you used to do that in the old school, right? In your new school, are you doing it as well? Mm-hmm. You do.
Yep.
Do they say the same thing? Imagine a squirrel has got loose in the school. That's what they used to say, so they didn't scare the kids. They'd go like, let's say we were having an emergency, like a squirrel had got loose in the school, and then didn't the squirrel actually get loose in the school, and they didn't do any of the lockdown stuff?
Why would they lock down a school for a squirrel?
Exactly, but they're just telling they don't want to say to like some kid in grade 2, okay, pretend there's a gunman who's just killed your entire class. What do you do? It's like they're gonna be like traumatized, right?
Steal his nuts. That's a squirrel.
That's a squirrel. You go for the squirrel's nuts. Although, I mean, some would say you go for the guy with the gun's nuts too.
Yes.
Okay, well, here's a weird thing. Has a woman ever done this?
See, no. Yeah. Perfect. When?
Sorry, Wolf Puppet. You think there has been a female that's done this?
Many.
Who's gone into a school and killed people?
Probably. It's not just
Probably is different.
I don't know. Like I'm gonna look it up. No, I'm not. Like I'm not saying that women can't do it. I'm just saying that. I've never heard of a female shooter at a school.
I guess
They're
teenage
also
boys are a
not
lot
shown
dumber.
as much because people don't like that.
Oh, here you go. Statistica: U.S. mass shootings by gender. Here you go.
Yeah.
99.9
Here we go.
to 0.01.
So, I'm looking at Statistica 2021. It says that males, number of incidents, 120. Females, 3.
What?
Male
that's
and
not very
female,
many.
1. Unknown or not released, 1. Wow.
Yes, it's like.
Hey, do we still have bat? Do we still have bat food here?
Yeah.
Hey, okay. So Sweden. What's the deal with guns in Sweden?
I think it's kind of the same as in Canada and United States.
Right.
I'm not so sure, but I think it's probably the same.
Because Canada and the United States have quite different numbers on this stuff. We, for some reason.
They do?
Oh yeah, no, we don't have. Like we've definitely had some incidents, but they're usually not with guns. They're usually acts of either terror or well, I say that there was one actually in our neighborhood where a guy did shoot a bunch of people, but yeah, but it's not quite as we don't I mean, touch wood, we don't have a lot of the school shootings, not as many of them anyways.
No.
I guess
No,
it's the
I
population
don't think
right
it's
there.
a lot of that. But maybe in like some areas, I think there's like an area around my school that is, like, how do you say, dangerous. There has been shootings and
Really?
a lot of stuff there.
Okay, yeah.
So I kind of sometimes I do not feel safe going to school,
Really?
and
You have to
we
go
don't
through
even
that
have,
neighborhood to
like,
get there?
What?
You have to go through that neighborhood to get there?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
a lot of my friends do live there, and I kind of feel bad for them.
Right. And what
And
is it's got a high crime rate.
What?
It's got a high crime rate. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
but you're
And I
saying
don't really like visit them often or anything because I don't want to be in that area.
wow. And are they like aware of it? Are they scared?
Yeah, they are aware of it, but they don't seem kind of scared of it.
I guess you get used to anything, really, don't you? I mean, I suppose you
Yeah.
just if that's your life, that's your life. I'd be curious to. I'd never. I mean, this is how much I know about Sweden. Nothing. But I never really pictured Sweden as a place that had like high gun crime or anything.
Maybe, but I don't know compared to other countries.
I can tell you.
Maybe.
I've got some statistics right here.
Yeah.
So this is unfortunately this is only 2017, but it's probably worse than it was. But it has the I don't even know what that means. Is that percentage? Estimated number of civilian-owned guns per 100. Okay, so per 100 residents. Okay, so for every 100 people in America, there are 120 and a half guns.
Yeah.
Right. So
So-
there's- everybody has 20%
More,
and
yeah.
20% of the gun. Yeah.
yeah. So that's America. The next closest place is Yemen, and they have 52.8.
And they are in civil war.
Then it's I didn't. Yeah, that's right. Montenegro, 39.1. Serbia, 39.1. Canada is next on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're number 5.
You're number 5.
Serbia's number 4, like bat food, but we're number 5. So we would have just missed out on the podium there with bat food.
Yeah.
We're 34.7, which I'm surprised at. Very surprised. But let's see where Switzerland is. No, Sweden. Sorry, Sweden. Sweden's way down at 23.1. So for every 100 people, there's 23.1 guns. Or 21.3 guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, that is a crazy difference between the first one at 120.5 per 100 people to the next, as you say. Yeah.
How is there 120 per 100 people?
That because people have more than one gun.
More than one gun, yeah.
The rest of the world doesn't even have. Basically, the closest the rest of the world gets is 50%, where so half of the people in the country have guns. In America, it's like it's more. They have more guns than there are people. Basically.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
my. They probably produce them though.
Can any guesses on what anyone got any guesses on which state had the most guns?
Texas.
Of course. Texas has more than double anyone else's number of guns. Next up, to anyone, any guesses for what the second most armed state, or most registered
Florida.
weapons? Yep, Florida. You got it.
I'm just guessing here, by the way, just based on red state.
Look at,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
okay, but you know what? Then it's Virginia and California.
Well, California's got a ton of people.
Oh, that's
Per
true.
100 or just the number?
No, this is just the number of registered weapons. So,
yeah.
so there's over 1 million registered weapons in Texas, and in California, there's just over 400,000. Right?
And there's like 30 million people in California.
Ah, actual real Kels. Thank you very much for your subscription, your resubscription. What else have I missed? We've been here. Tweety Rogue gifting away. Yeah. All the gangs are armed in California. Really? Switzerland. Wonder what Switzerland's like. All right. So okay, but just go back to this stuff again about the weapons. So would anyone be offended if someone said to them, "We're making guns illegal and you're not allowed them"?
I wouldn't, but I can't even shoot a gun anyway.
Right. Does anyone no one here feels like that their rights are being taken away from them if they don't have a gun? I'm asking. There's no right or wrong here. I'm just asking. I'm curious to know.
Chat as well.
Well, chat can answer as well. Yeah. Hell no, guns shouldn't be legal. Jakander says yes. So Jakander says that they would be offended, or they would feel like their rights are being taken away. Simply Soda. Thank you very much. Jonathan MLH doesn't worry about it. Nope, I'm not part of a well-regulated militia.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jakander says, yes, I am opposed to banning, but I am not opposed to regulations that make it safer. Okay, but wouldn't the safest thing to be just to say, like, let's just not have any guns? Isn't that, like, the safest approach?
I think.
Yeah, it would.
What if we only allowed women to have guns? It could be. You could say they need the force equalizer because guys are slightly physically stronger. So if you need protection, you got to go to a woman, and she will help you.
Go to your designated armed woman.
Just somebody with a rational mind is what I'm saying, and like, yeah, I don't know. They don't seem to mix up their own worth in a gun like a man would. Well,
but I've seen some videos. I've seen some videos of some pretty crazy looking ladies firing guns for no reason.
Yes.
I mean, there's
yeah.
But judging by the statistics, as we can see from school shootings, they're almost entirely done by men or boys, I guess would be the term.
Same thing with the.
What about serial killers? Yeah, serial killers are all. Well, the serial killers are all white and male, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or the majority. We had one. There was a couple here. The Carla Homolka thing she was also involved, but pepper spray isn't valid. Geez, guns are only for killing. That's ridiculous. What's this? I guess the issue is people don't like the idea of a government telling them not to have guns because then they have no power over the government. Is that the idea there?
Well, that would have been true 200 years ago.
Right.
Against the drone, your gun, no matter what you have, is not going to be very helpful.
Right. Mass shootings almost stopped completely when they started the ban in Australia. Really?
Yep.
Interesting. All the ones that have been caught, at least. I missed this. I missed the beginning of that conversation. The Moors murderers were male and female. Yes, in like 1960, I believe. Maybe feminists are onto something after all. Could be. Pepper gel is way better than spray. Ooh, I'd never heard of a pepper gel. I mean, that would be fun.
Ingredient.
Why don't we create weapons that don't actually kill people, that just stun them? Like, why don't we have stun guns? Come on, where's my stun gun?
What?
Wouldn't a stun gun be the best? You know?
Then you find that, yeah.
Just don't kill people, and they just have blindness.
They're so more apt to use a non quote unquote non-lethal weapon.
Yeah, like a Zat gun or something. But I'm just surprised that Wolf Pup, who is a big gun fan, is not for people being able to own a gun. Like, would you ever want to own a gun, Wolf Pup?
Probably only for like safe.
Like to shoot at targets or people. Yeah. The reason why Canadians have so many guns, by the way, just so everyone knows, is hunting.
Bears.
Yeah. And bears, exactly. It's a freaking bears. You never know when a bear could show up, or a possum. I got the cutest. I don't know. Did you guys get this? I got like there's like a public service announcement went out about possums in our neighborhood, and it says we're really slow moving, but we eat spiders and fleas and ticks and all these things. So please just leave us be, because they're the slowest looking giant rat I've ever seen.
So you guys were having problems with people unloading on your possum population?
I don't think they were shooting them, but I think they may be shooing them away or something. Like I say, we don't see a lot of guns here. Touch wood. That said, in my neighborhood, there was a mass shooting. Right? So we had a guy walk down the street over here in Toronto and shot numerous people, and he was a pretty messed up individual. And I think did he not claim? Did any terrorist organization claim responsibility for that? I don't know. But he certainly seemed to think he was working for a greater cause.
Wasn't it anti-Jewish kind of stuff? Or
was it like an anti-Semitic thing? I don't.
White nationalism kind of thing.
Let me see what I'm going to look it up. Although if I look it up, will that not give away where we are? Although it's a long street. All right.
I mean, it was on one section of the street, but yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You're talking about a very specific.
I don't think I'd put it on stream.
Yeah. So it was known as the Danforth shooting, is what it was known as. And it was the fellow's name was Faisal Hussein. He killed 2 people and wounded 13 using a Smith & Wesson M&P 40 caliber handgun, and then committed suicide.
That's not what I was thinking.
So that is a big freaking deal in Toronto. You know, and
here it's Tuesday out of school.
I was gonna say, and by American standards, that's like local news.
Did you see the disabled guy in an electric wheelchair got shot 9 times by a police officer?
What?
Yes. I guess he was trying to get some medicine or something. He actually brought a knife. He had a knife in his hand, so he couldn't wield it really. He just had it in his hand. He's in an electric wheelchair, so he didn't have the coordination to to wheel himself. And he was going something like 2 miles an hour, tops, and the police officer shot him 9 times. He was going away from them toward the door.
Wow.
He was making the kid away. It's just amazing.
We had a friend.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had a friend whose kid was shot multiple times. He basically was joyriding in a giant bulldozer, and the police felt that they were threatened by it, so they shot him like multiple times, and he is now.
What the main cause of death in police officers is?
What?
COVID-19, second highest.
Seriously?
Yes, by a long shot.
Actually, that makes sense, because they've also been around it all the time, right?
And they're also very anti-vax, anti-mask.
Are they? Police officers are?
Yes, 84% voted for who.
Wait a sec. 84% didn't vote against having masks. Oh, you voted for someone else, right? Yes, got it. Okay, yes. Okay. But I know a bunch of
And
police guys. They're cool.
are they in America or are they Canadian?
Canadian. They're Canadian. Although I have met a few. I have met a few in the States. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the second leading cause of death for police officers is heart attack during, like,
At work?
strenuous activity. Yeah.
Really?
So yeah.
So like they're running to chase. They're trying to chase someone down. They have a heart attack.
Right, or even somebody drives by real fast. But they're not even in the top 20 as far as dangerous jobs. So the idea that they need to, like, pop a cap in, I don't know, wheelchair gag, I don't know. Here's a little tip for everybody in chat. If you see a knife-wielding guy in an electric wheelchair, step up on the curb. Once you're on the curb,
You can't get you. Just climb a flight of stairs.
Yeah, you just need one.
It's true. You just need one stair. That was my joke about the Daleks in Doctor Who. Like you want to get away, just go up the stairs.
Stair.
Wow. Well, it's interesting. It's funny because Baz came in and mentioned this shooting, and I was like, and he said like another shooting in the States, and then started to leave, and I was like, well, wait a sec, no. Like you can't just like dump that on me and then not talk about it. Like, what's the deal? Like, how do you feel about that? And he was like, it's just stupid to have guns. I mean, like I understand that there are many people out there who are smart enough to use a gun sensibly. I understand that there are people out there who know enough to put them in safe places and keep them safe and keep them well looked after and use them only when they're needed to be used. But I must say it does feel like, I mean, one of the excuses I've heard, or one of the reasons for it that that people get upset about it is they say, well, look, more people are killed by cars. Why don't we ban cars?
Yeah.
But we haven't banned cars, but we've definitely legislated them. Like we have to have seatbelts now, right? There have to be airbags. There are rules of the road and stuff. I think a completely unlegislated approach to the gun thing is obviously not working right now. Would I say? I guess. I mean, again, it really is different here. I don't feel like
cars are more necessary than guns are too. Like,
yeah,
they have so many uses.
It's not really like there's a complete alternative to cars. It's not like
what ulterior use? So I guess you could use a gun to scare people, but then you don't need weapons. Then you don't need anything in it. Then, right? You just use a bear horn for that. In fact, that's what we do with bears. By the way,
right?
You just have a bear horn. It just goes, and they go, what the, and they run away, or they go, what the hell's that noise? I'm going to eat it. One of the two.
As if it's a grizzly or black bear.
Or your dog runs off and goes and barks at them and then runs back to you because it's scared. And that's how you get killed by a bear, apparently. That's what I've been told. I know Huzzah would do that in a second. Huzzah wouldn't even do it because she's scared. Huzzah would go bark at the dog and then like say, no, this way, and then lead him to me just to watch me play with him. Yeah.
Show where you're hiding under the
exactly. Yeah. That's right. And hide all the other food, or eat all the other food first, so that it's got nothing else to eat except me. I actually watched a really good Canadian. That's a very strong way of putting it. I watched a really not bad Canadian film about a couple out in the wilds, and it has one of the most insane bear attacks that I've ever seen. It was brutal. Like I couldn't get over how well done it was. It was called like I want to say The Outback, but it's not The Outback. But it's got a when I find it, I'll put it in on Twitter or something. But yeah, it was actually quite. I almost had it. Backcountry. I think it's called Backcountry.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a tiny budget movie. Like I think someone just went out with like a camera. But the way they did the bear attack, like they had no money, obviously. And there's a couple of shots where you're like, oh, somebody could not afford a proper bear. It's like they went to a curio store and just bought one of those like stuffed bears and then took a shot of it going. But the scene itself is cut together very well, and I was quite impressed by the
Editing, right?
It was well edited, and also it was a great. It was just kind of creepy because it's just like, for me, that's everything I fear when I go out in the woods, is like running into some crazy guy who I don't know or I don't trust, getting lost, and then of course being eaten by bears is just not something that I.
My worst fear is ants, because they could just eat me and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And it would take a long time, probably.
That was the torture. Remember, that was a torture they used to do. They used to like bury the Knights Templar in the sand and then pour honey on their faces, and they
I
just
did
let.
not know that.
Oh yeah, and they used to just let the ants at them. Could you imagine that?
I do.
Oh.
I've imagined such. Yeah.
No, that is really creepy. That is a good
and it would
point.
I know they would start at my feet just to be assholes.
Well,
So,
but you've also had like spiders do spider's web on your face. So if you had a spider, they could handle some of the ants for you.
oh, you're true. I could
Yeah.
have like a biome, kind of like a what do they call it? Ecosystem.
Yeah,
Like balancing things out.
bouncing out. Like if you ever got attacked by, and there's like you could have like a hawk there just in case pigeons started landing.
Exactly.
You could be like,
to the rhino in my underpants.
but they would all have to be robotic though,
Right.
because that's just cooler, you know.
Ants would attack a human, though.
What if you get attacked by a human? Then what do you do? That's when the automatic weapons come out.
Boom. That's when I kick in my Boston Dynamic dog towers, and boom.
Well, but if you think about it, that's actually so. Let's say you put. I mean, I know there was a company that's put weapons on the Boston Dynamics type things before. They've got these like quadruped. I can't say it.
I like what he's saying.
Somebody say it. Quadruped. I can't say it.
Yeah.
Quadruped.
Yes.
A four-legged robot, and they've put guns on them. And chances are, if that was the police officer that was confronted by a quadriplegic with a knife in a wheelchair, they wouldn't shoot him 10 times. So how do you feel about robot policemen? And the first person to say RoboCop gets a prize. No. What do you think?
Let me think.
I feel like it could work.
Do they need projectiles?
I
mean, honestly, okay, yes. I feel like a robot would do better because it's not going to have adrenaline. It's not going to have, these preconceived ideas and biases or fears.
Other than the biases and the systemic stuff that'll be built into any of its algorithms.
Right.
I sort of feel like maybe, like all of those post-apocalyptic movies, like the idea of like having like a robot cop, they almost always go bad and someone uses them badly or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like if they're just programmed to stop people from, hurting other people or stuff, then wouldn't that be like, as you say, it wouldn't even need a gun. It could just have like a big metal fist on the front of it that just kicks people in the balls whenever they misbehave or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Drop kick.
Like no permanent damage, just like hit them where it hurts and take them out. I mean,
you can even just grab them, pick them up, and walk away.
That's true. That's true. They can just go and give them a giant hug, and they can't get out of it. That'll be it. Done. Problem solved.
That just made me think of like the Gears of War Snatcher, just going up, grabbing the person, and being like, "Nope, we're taking you to jail."
But that's it. That's all you'd need, right? I mean, in a way, you could have just giant huggy robots that just go up and hug the bad guy so they can't move, and then or bad girl or whoever, or bad person.
Yes.
And then or Squirtle in a school. They could have like a little tiny robot for that one.
Right.
And then you wouldn't have to do lockdowns or any of that kind of stuff. It just walks up and just hugs whoever it is who it sees a gun. It just goes up and hugs them.
And they can't move.
They can't move. That's it. Worst comes to worst, they shoot their own foot off.
They can make it so like it doesn't move, and that like calls the cops. So it's just like So if the person the dog hugged gets arrested, they're gonna have the physical pain of being in jail and the mental pain of being arrested by a dog.
Well, and what? Yeah, it's true.
Pointing at them.
Yeah. But what about like? Are there no other lethal, like non-lethal weapons? Like are there like or de-lethal, as the Noodles would say? What about like a foam? Like what about like some kind of a foam or something? Is there not? I always thought like why don't they?
Yeah.
It's just not instantaneous enough to stop someone from firing a gun, I guess, or stabbing
There
someone.
are I've seen two different kinds.
Hmm.
There's like a tacky foam,
Hmm.
that's like supposed to stick you in place. There's also like frictionless foam, so that once it hits you, no matter what you're standing on, you can't stand up or pick anything up anymore.
Oh, because you're too
Yeah.
slippery. Wouldn't it be kind of hard to arrest them then? You'd be like,
Well, you just kind of run a net and scoop them up, I guess, maybe.
we had the perpetrator. We got him with the special nonfiction stuff, and he slipped away. That's actually a neat idea, though. Like, you've got a gun, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, God, and then you just, But again, it's not as instantaneous. But is shooting someone instantaneous? Like, I guess it depends where you get shot. But, like, if someone's pointing a gun at you, can you shoot them in a way that they can't shoot you fast enough?
I doubt it. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
That's why robots. I like your idea. I mean, the self-driving cars, when they do get where they can, they're going to be able to have much better reaction times.
Oh my God! You could just have every autonomous vehicle could have like hug mode, where it just where if it sees something going wrong or there's someone perpetrating a crime, it just goes up and hits them with the bumper or something.
Nice.
Like you're just like, give me all your money, and then like a Tesla comes by and takes him out.
Of course, that would really suck if you're in the car.
That's true. You're on your.
I'm part of a crime now.
How'd your first date go? We got sidetracked. Our car tried to go off and hug a criminal. But I like the robot hugs. Shoot the hand to disarm. Okay, but you don't have to shoot the. Okay, fine. I love that shoot the hand to disarm. But in a stressful situation like that, I would much rather have a motion tracking robot hit it with a BB gun or something to make him drop the weapon than I would have some giant Texan with a big hat and a mustache and like an AK-47 trying to knock the weapon out of his hand. You know what I mean?
Well, have you seen that's happening a lot more in America, where the good citizen with the gun who's trying to help the police officers, they're getting shot now because police officers don't know who the bad guys are.
Yeah, that's it. Look, I was told, so I once stepped in on a domestic fight that was going on, and I tried to break it up.
Ooh, bad idea. Go ahead.
And that's what the cop said. The cop said, I'm sure it feels cool to get in there and all the rest of it, but he says that's where cops get hurt, because as you punch the guy who's punching the girl, and then while you're dealing with that, she comes up and stabs you in the back because she's because she's mad that you just hit her boyfriend in the face. Like, it's like,
right.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of stuff there. They say like the best thing you can do is just call the police. Go away, step away, call the police. But there's a certain amount of emotion that steps in. I think when you sort of see someone. I saw someone beating up a woman horribly, and I just felt like I couldn't watch it. Anyways,
I think you're right.
and I was wearing a motorcycle helmet. The idiot hit me the guy punched me in the face, but I had a helmet on, so he probably just broke his hand.
Broke his knuckles, yeah.
Yeah. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, I was like, hey, I don't remember what I said. Like, effing stop. I thought I was cool. I was like, hey, stop that, man, or something like that. And the guy turned around and just swung, like right away without even thinking. Just turned around, swung at me, and hit this helmet. And it was like, dunk. And then of course I'm like this for a little while. Whoa, because the helmet, it definitely stops the impact, but it still feels pretty odd.
Does it give you like a weird ring in your ears because you just got like punched in the head?
Yeah, it was sort of in the plexi of it was like there was a face shield, so he hit right between the top of the visor and the helmet. So he hit a bit of the visor and the helmet. And man, I'm sure he broke something, because it was crazy how hard he swung.
You could have gotten a concussion, bud, because if you shaken baby kind of thing.
Other than the dude with the hurt arm.
I was so young at that point. I was drinking so much in those days that I probably wouldn't have felt it anyways. Yeah.
This might not have even happened.
That's right. It's entirely imaginary. No, this was actually during the day, and I was very good about it. I never did that drinking and driving stuff. And I was very, very young, and I thought I was cool. Nowadays, I would have cowered and run away for sure. But back In those days, I thought I was cool, and I wore leather pants and stuff. So
Leather pants? That is pretty cool.
I wore leather pants. I thought I was Mad Max. That was my goal was to be Mad Max. Yeah.
There's got to be chafing. No wonder you were mad.
No, leather pants are actually really comfortable. I got to say, once
Really?
you're in them and you've worn them for a while, you can't really wash them, right? So they become one with you. They become like your second skin, so to speak. So there you go. Has anyone read Name?
Kids.
What was that? Good to know,
Just
kids.
saying, you
That's
learn
right.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, see, these are the things. All the acting skills and fails to pretend to be a tough guy when it counts. That's the funny thing so that was one of my biggest realizations in life. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Fezzy93. Was that I just wasn't cool. It was that I just wasn't cool. I realized that there's no point in me pretending to be cool. It was just never going to work for me. So,
Like, what happened after that happened? Like, the police came and all that?
well, that's so.
After he-
Well, so that was really funny. So everyone's standing around, and I said, "Has anyone?" Oh my God, this was so long ago that people didn't have cell phones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this is a long time ago. Because I remember saying, like, has anyone called the police? And there was like, everyone's like, and then I literally did one of those, like, you make a call from the store. Like I was like, I'm like directing people. And yeah. And then,
Rub sticks together. Start a
Okay,
fire.
my
but then
question-
she took off. She took off, like ran away. And so I hung around for a while and nobody showed up. So then I just left. Yeah. So there you go.
It started way better.
I know, it's a real letdown of a story. That's why I don't really
Yeah.
tell it. I don't really tell it because it's just not that exciting.
No, like,
Yeah.
The
did the
third act
guy
needs
who
some
punched
punch.
you in the head, did he just run away after, or was it like...
He played with his hand for a while because that hurt. And then he started screaming at her again. And I said something like, "Don't be an idiot" or something. And then he sort of stormed off. He started sort of marching off. And I was like, "Well, hey!" And then I was like, "Well, do I want him to stop?" And that's when I said, "Call the police and stuff." And then I went to look at her, and she was beaten up pretty bad. But then she ran away. So I talked to a policeman about it actually later, like years and years later, and he said chances are it was probably a prostitute and a client kind of a problem. But he also said, yeah, it was like, yeah, you don't get involved. He's the guy who said don't get involved in domestic stuff. It's just never worth it. Never worth it. So, anyways, yeah, it's a pretty boring ending. That's life, isn't it?
Yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah. The real stories are never that exciting. Real stories are never that exciting. I got to come up with a better ending for it, maybe. I'll have to come up with,
You should have said he went for another punch, but I put my head directly in his way.
He went for another punch. I leapt back onto the motorcycle, pulled it into a papa wheelie, hit him with the front wheel, and then hugged him until the police arrived. There you go.
You jumped onto your motorcycle and then you started doing a wheelie and did the thing that happens in the video games where you just used the tire and you just repetitively hit him with
Over and over and over again, you see? See, once again, Wolfhouse brought it to extreme violence. Favorite movie, Wolfpup? What's your favorite movie?
I don't know any.
Give me like a couple of ones that you like. What are the when you
don't know any movies?
I like Extraction.
Oh, he's on the spot.
I like Extraction and John Wick. That's.
Oh, you liked Extraction. That was the one. Was that the one with Chris Helmsworth or whatever it was?
Yeah, Thor. That's all.
Yeah, that was fun. That one. That was depressing though.
Was that the one where he'd like go underwater and hold his breath, or the girl would, or something?
The dude would go underwater and hold his breath and.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That is a good one.
Galaxy
It
Quest
was
was
like
pretty
a-
great.
The ending was a bit of a letdown, though. Like,
For Galaxy Quest?
Extraction.
Oh, Extraction. Yeah, it was a bummer, man. Don't ruin the ending for people, but let's just say it ain't happy. Oops, I guess I just ruined it for everybody. Never mind. Galaxy Quest was great. If you've watched Galaxy Quest, you've got a tiny understanding of what it's like to be a science fiction actor.
I just want to say that movie, the main reason why I wasn't allowed to play video games because, like, my parents said, yeah, we're watching a movie. And I'm like,
Did you just
And
get?
then,
Did you just get like censored by your own microphone? What happened there? You like disappeared.
no, I did that on purpose. I went,
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
Oh, I see.
Okay, got it. Well done. Well done. Yeah.
and then basically what happened is I really liked the movie that when my mom said, yeah, you can go play video games, I'm like, no.
I want to watch another movie. See, Baz never wants to watch movies, and then when we watch them, he's always like he actually quite enjoys them. I wonder if he's home yet. I should go and check and see if my son's home.
He's home. He's playing video games right now.
He's
What?
He's in the thing right now.
In the where?
Not bad.
Ham, are you in it?
He's muted.
Ham, you little weasel. Baz?
I have a comic book suggestion for you, David.
Oh, what do you got?
Make him bring this. The Immortal Hulk. It is so good.
Really?
It's like a rated. It would probably be R horror film Hulk. Like, what would it be like if he was really?
Interesting.
I don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm gonna write it in the chat so that I can see the Immortal Hulk. Okay. I'll tell you, I've really been enjoying. Baz has been bringing me the Swamp Thing comic books, the latest Swamp Thing. Really good.
Yeah.
And there's one that I learned about the other day that I didn't know about. Apparently, there is a RoboCop. I have to tell you a quick story. Sorry, this will lead to the RoboCop. So RoboCop, there is a RoboCop version done by the guy Frank Miller who did the 300 and a bunch of other stuff. Amazing comic book guy.
Sandman, right?
Did you do Sandman as well? No, that was
No.
that was Alan McKean and oh my God, and the incredibly famous guy
the Batman thing, right?
who loves himself.
Frank Miller.
Yes. Frank Miller did like the broken down Batman, basically when Batman was not so nice. Yeah. So I had to do an interview for C, this show that I'm on, and they wanted to do this. There was a podcast called the Salty Nerd Podcast, and the Salty Nerds will watch stuff, and then they're really good. Like they're brutally honest. Like they just rip stuff to shreds if they don't like it. They poke holes in all the stuff that has holes to be poked in there. But they're just fun and they're having fun and they're not mean spirited in any way. Anyways, so I was sort of put onto these guys by the showrunner, Jonathan Tropper, who runs C, and he said, like, if you wouldn't mind, they're big fans of the show. Apparently they're big fans of Atlantis. And anyway, so I went on the show. I did an interview with them, and we talked about everything for like 2 hours. And then it's only supposed to be an hour. And we talked for like 2 hours. We talked for so long that the computer gave up and died, and then we had to reconnect and not start again. And we got back together. We kept talking. So at the end of 2 hours, they go, okay, well, thanks very much. We got to go. We've got other podcasts. We do numerous podcasts in the day, so we're going to move on to the next one now. And I was like, oh, great, okay, cool. And they said, unless you want to come and join us for our next movie review. And I was like, well, what's the movie? And it was RoboCop. So I was like, yeah, okay. So they're like, what? I'm like, so I literally stayed. Yeah, the original They were doing RoboCop 1, 2, and 3. So I stayed for their reviews of RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2, and then I bailed on RoboCop 3 because I didn't remember it. I don't even know if I saw it. So, but it was, I had so much fun doing this podcast that I stuck with them. And I was laughing with them that I said, that's what happened. I said, be careful, because this is what happened with Barnacles, right? He had me on the show once, and then I'm on every Saturday now. Like, it's like they can't get rid of me. So, yeah, so you'll have to listen to that. What was that?
They could if they wanted to.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But sometimes people are just polite, But Barnacles has been a bit. Barnacles is not really big on polite. I think you generally know where you stand with Barnacles. So
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I'm like Sticky David. It's so true, Gervais. Sticky David. Thank you, Gervais.
His stream and just from the stories that I heard from him, I do not like his aunt. I think it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of his family's pretty mean.
Oh, he had some like full on like abuse stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was.
Thank you, Mashko. That's
on one of the streams that my dad was watching on his phone, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching also."
Hmm.
He was talking about how his aunt is a con artist, how she only cares about herself, and basically just left their own child for money.
Wow. Wow. So whose child? I I guess I'll have to watch the stream. She's like a proper scam artist, really. Jeez.
Yeah, like she did an insurance scam. She scammed her children and all that.
Wow.
All of
Was there a reason for it? Like, did she have like a drug habit, or she owed money, or what was the like? Why was she doing it? Or was that just the way she worked?
just his words were it's the way that she was just.
Huh. Do you think there are bad people? Like, do you think there are people who are just bad from the moment they're born, type thing?
No, it depends on how you are like raised and all that.
But aren't there people who are raised by like nice people and they turn out to be bad people? Like, isn't there like, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's what they call it. It's nurture or nature. Like, is it are people? Do people just are people just like, as they would say in the comic books? Are they just drawn bad? But or are they just raised somehow? Something wrong with the raising.
It's going to sound very
Normally
Alabama.
what happens
Yeah.
is something happens during, like, from what I have learned from the shows that I've watched, something happens in their life.
Something terrible happens in their life that spins them on a trajectory into evil. You think?
Like, okay, I've got a cousin brother.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds bad, right? Cousin brother.
Cousin brother. Yeah, okay.
But it's not true story.
Yeah.
His dad was my dad's brother.
His dad was your dad's brother. Got it. Okay.
Correct. So my cousin.
Right. Okay.
But the mom was a lady of the evening, and she would put the two children in the closet while she was working. It was a one-room place. And she ended up being shot, and so like when he was, I don't know, 4, had to dial 911.
Yikes.
Because his mom was shot.
Wow.
Well, we ended up getting him.
Right.
And, he was difficult, but not bad. And then, in fact, he actually started to really thrive. By the time he was in high school, he's like state wrestler, state gymnast. I did a big stint in the hospital. And one of the most awful things they had to do was roll me.
Right. Right.
And he picked me up. Have you ever put weight at the very end of your hands? Well, he did that with me for like, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Huh.
So they could change my bed. And I could feel his arm shaking. He never stopped smiling. I said, are you okay? And he's like, yep, you're real light. So he was really, I don't know. But eventually, he's like 56 and has only been out of prison for like, I don't know, 5 years.
Really?
So it's just,
what did he go to prison for?
18. Interstate drug trafficking.
And
So
were drugs an issue? Like, were drugs something that he was?
Yeah, like for selling. Yeah, I mean, he was more the boss man kind of guy.
Oh, so he wasn't so much using them as he was selling them.
Oh, I thought he used them too. He started out going to Keystone and like Aspen and selling mushrooms during the ski season.
Right.
That's where his thing was.
Right.
And then he just went berserk after that. But he tried to steal $10,000 from me when I was teaching.
Wow.
But luckily, I have a brain because he was saying that there was this like amnesty thing, and that they, if I gave these lawyers $10,000, they could get him out. So I call them, and they're like, "Speak," rather than answering with some kind of lawyer. And then they also, "Oh, are you talking about Wes the Dragon?" And it's like, that's what his lawyer would call him, the Dragon, because that was his in.
Oh wow! Like he had a real Oh really? Wow.
No, he spent a lot of time with he was when Manuel Noriega, when they had him, he was in the same row. He was on death row a lot, not because he was going to get killed, but because they could control him a little better there. He was always the guy bringing in something.
Really?
So I don't know. And now I don't know how to explain it. He's broken. He can't. I don't know what they. I don't know. I don't know how to fix something like that. I don't think prison's the place though. Because he was good in a way.
Where was it?
Bad also.
Was it Sweden that has, or it's one of these Scandinavian countries that has like these crazy, beautiful prisons where you can read books? Is it Sweden?
Yeah.
Because you believe in that this. I mean, like, does punishment work? Does punishment work? I mean, maybe we should be rehabilitating people.
I think he would have been even just the minute changes in the world, and he would have been a huge boon. I mean, he wasn't stupid. Obviously, he's motivated. He came from a small town and became a big old drug dealer. I don't know. And like I said, he would do incredibly nice things. You know, like make sure you don't get hurt, fight for you. I don't know.
I mean, that's the problem with people, isn't it? It's like good people do bad things and bad people do good things, right? I mean, that's the nature of the world in a way, isn't it?
Best story. I'm sorry. 2 minutes.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
In high school, a guy calls me. I'm sick for 6 weeks. I come back in, get all my math caught up in like 1 week. The teacher sends me out of the room and tells everybody they should be like me, right? So,
Boy, that helps.
Guy calls me all kinds of names. Cripple, F, and this, and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Okay, I get called into the principal's office, and the first thing they say to me, they don't say, okay, why did that guy do that, or they said, please don't tell your brother.
Really?
What happened today. Right.
Oh, wow.
He graduated like the year before I went. So they just didn't want me to tell him that this guy had done that.
Because your brother would finish him.
This guy thinks he's badass, and he has no idea what he's doing.
God.
So, and your brother would kill him. So just don't.
Good guy to have on side.
Interesting.
Good guy to have like on side.
It is. It really is. It's like you're an enforcer.
I always used to say something stupid to big kids in school, and they used to usually beat me up and throw me in a locker, and it happened a few times. Yeah. But and then after that,
I thought that was just a cliche.
Oh no! I used to lock people in lockers. Yeah. That's
that was the thing.
I used to fit in a locker. I wouldn't fit now, but yeah, there was I think two or three times I was locked in a locker. But every time because you'd have to bring down the principal, and the principal would have to go and get either someone to find out what the combination on the lock was, or they'd have to cut the lock, or so it was like a big deal. And every time I got taken out, I'd say, they would say like, who was it? I'd say, I don't know, I didn't see. Right? Because I didn't want to be the guy who like told on people. And so every single time the guys would come up after and go like, hey, thanks for not telling on me or whatever. And then we were like friends for ages. That was basically how it worked. So I had all these giant friends who would just like, I was the most obnoxious little weasel. I was like that. Remember like Jabba the Hutt had that little thing that would go, I was like him. I was like Jabba Hutt's little like annoying like Muppet thing. And then, but I had Jabba Hutt and all of his big friends to look after me. So
yeah. That's a way to go. Yeah.
I think verbally, I think at some point, I don't know, maybe this has changed now, but I get the feeling like there's not as much physical bullying as there used to be. I feel like the schools have kind of like cracked down on it, wouldn't you say? Is that fair to say, Bandits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not another fire alarm, Gimpy G, is it?
No, it's just a submarine surfacing.
Oh, okay. As long as it's just a submarine, not a fire alarm. I was going to point out that once again you've set your abode on fire. So make sure that's not the case.
If so, he's had bad luck.
Man, his luck is terrible. Not only that, then a submarine showed up in his freaking living room. Has anyone else Ironham, you haven't said anything. What are you? Is there any bullying at school, like physical bullying? Do you see any of that at school? I think he may be not listening on the. Oh, he's probably on VR.
I would say no.
You would say no, bag of chips?
Unless it's like friends messing with each other. Always mic doesn't work.
My school, there was sometimes when that happened.
There was some physical stuff.
Yeah, it was decently rare for it to happen, but it would still happen.
I think if there's any physical stuff, it's not like a kid getting beat up. It's more like a fight.
Oh, okay.
There would be. I haven't seen anything like that though. But
So it's more like a couple of people going at each other.
Baz agree.
Okay.
His mic just doesn't work.
What about Elsa? What do you think? Do you see people like beating up on people at school?
No, it's just like friends messing with each other.
Right.
Yeah. So it could be kind of more like, how do you say it? Like when it's more like mental, they tell.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So more verbal stuff. Like they say
Yeah.
horrible things to each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard some horrible things. God, kids are mean. They're almost as mean as
Yes.
adults. But wait a second. Bat food, wait a second. You're like in the worst sport ever. Don't they like hit each other with like metal bars and stuff in skating?
Right in the knee.
No, not here in Sweden, I guess.
Only in America? Was that remember
No.
Tanya? Do you remember Tanya Harding? Do you ever hear about her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh, really cool.
that was an interesting movie actually. I quite like that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, I thought some of the CG stuff was kind of bad. Like I could tell it wasn't her face on it, on the skater
Yeah.
at times. But yeah. What about Anthony?
But,
Anthony,
like-
do you have is there any physical stuff happening at your school? Any like fights like or bullying?
Not at all. Like,
No.
I've actually never really, back when I lived in Virginia, I
Hmm.
never really heard of any bullying.
Really?
Honestly, I might have actually been more of the bully.
Oh,
when
you
I
were the
was
evil
young.
mastermind.
No, I was actually never truly, like, trying to be mean to people.
Hmm.
I was just thinking people were being mean to me all the time, so I was kind of being mean to them.
So you were being defensive?
Yeah, even though no one was
Preemptive. Yeah.
though no one was doing anything to me.
Huh.
No.
And what about verbal stuff? Do people are people like do they bully? What are they, cyberbullying? Is that the term? No, I guess it would be just any verbal stuff. Do people still say mean stuff to people? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's everywhere. I feel like.
Yeah.
I just have one thing, because at my school, most of the like fights are like, most of them are either King of the Hill.
Oh, I used to play King of the Hill. Yeah. We got told to stop though because people kept getting like bloody noses and stuff.
Same.
What's
Yeah.
this? What are you
But
guys talking about?
I just want to say, we were told, but basically everybody's just like, nah.
Yeah, we did it anyways. But it was so basically, Gimpy G. The idea is you've got a giant. Well, in our case, it was a giant pile of snow. So they would have like there was a parking lot, and they'd pile all the snow up that they dug, to get the parking lot freed up. So there's a big pile of snow, and then we would I don't even know what the rules were really, but you ran to the top, and then while you were at the top, everyone else would try to get you off the top. So you'd spend the whole time, you'd just be like pushing people off this hill. And then until someone finally got you, and it usually took a couple of people, they'd grab a leg, and then you'd get hurled you down this hillside, and then you'd get back up again. And that was King of the Hill. But they stopped because there was blood. There was like blood all over the top of the thing because everyone's getting like bloody noses and like teeth being knocked out, and yeah,
Oh
we
my
loved
gosh.
it though. It was so much fun though.
What age group? I'm wondering if the
About-
bandits are too young to
We were
be
probably like 12, 10 to 12.
That
10 to
that
12.
happened to me when I was 9. It was really fun though, cause like I was on the hill and like I got pushed off the hill, and because it was at the back of the schoolyard, I
Mm.
got pushed out of this zone area. Like I got pushed out of the school. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically the barrier of the
Yeah.
school. So I got pushed out of there. So
You-
now I'm running back, just like, please nobody see me. Please nobody see me.
Oh, like you were not allowed to leave the school grounds.
Some people still did, but like you weren't supposed to.
Ah.
You had like a thing from your parents, and I got pushed out. So I'm just like, retro raggy.
Ruh-roh-raggy. And then it was like, make a run for it before you got in trouble.
No, because it was really close to the thing, so I was just trying to get in by that, because basically it's at the far right side of my school is the area where you just they put this extra snow there, because there's a big monitored snow hill, but then there's that hill where
yeah, this was an unmonitored hill. That's right. And I think we were just old enough that they didn't care anymore. They're like, they're old enough. They'll figure it out. That's basically, I think it's the way it goes. All right, it is after 6. It's after 6. I've got dogs to walk, dinners to make, exciting lives to lead. Might involve some possums to accost. Is true. Yep. Possum accoster. That sounds that's got a good term somehow. Possum accost is just that's like a band name or something. We're the possum accosters. Welcome to the stage. All right, laptops to dry. Oh God, I hope it runs. Yeah. I really do.
It won't.
It will.
Thanks, Wolf Pup, voice of doom. All right. SpaceX to watch. SpaceX launching another one now?
Really?
Okay, let's start the wrap-up timer, says Anima Confusa. What if I just stop it right now? What if I just hit end stream? That would do it. Be done in a second. Is there really like a launch happening, though? Is that right? SpaceX? I'm just trying to look.
It's happening at this very millisecond.
Seriously?
Yep.
You will, too. Thank you for listening to me complain.
Not at all. What are you talking about? I love your complaining. They're always good stories. They're better stories than mine. Look at mine. They always end up with people running away.
Or they just kind of flutter there.
Yeah. Here we go. It's another Starlink.
No.
Oh, good.
No.
Upcoming launch, SpaceX. Here we go. Starlink mission. There you go. So how many more Starlinks? 48. 48 more. This could be you, Gimpy G. This could be you.
Yeah.
Wait, is it streaming on Twitch? Because you should rate
yep.
them.
Over 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel.
Okay, they're like, it's, looks kind of cool at night. Yep, they've got it. It's going.
Nice.
How we go? T-minus 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes of a bit of a countdown happening here. Can I share it? I can't. I don't, because I poured a pop on my thing. That's why. This will be a live commentary from the Starlink mission, without the Starlink mission actually showing. Unless I could share a window.
Baz wants me to say that you should make sure you actually end the stream when you say do.
Why? Did I not last time?
I mean,
oh, you mean because I've said that I'm wrapping up, and now I'm going to start watching a launch. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of exciting. It's only 3 minutes away.
He also asks when raid.
Wow, who am I raiding?
No, he says no. No.
No raid?
When you raid, make sure you end the stream. Never mind.
Oh, I see. When I raid, remember to end the stream. Very good. Okay, thank you.
On both the
all right, they're
good thing we don't have the technology to actually talk to Baz.
No, I know. I've just got another letter from Baz. It's a small note that says that I should remember to turn off my stream when I go to bed. I've been having lots of fun with my Amazon device. I got a bunch of these smart plugs. So all over the house now, I say things like, let there be light. And then it says, hallelujah, and all the lights come on.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. That's as religious as I get.
But it's pretty good.
I also made the mistake of, so we had our cleaning lady over today, and lovely, lovely woman, good Christian woman. And I'm, of course, not a good Christian in any way. And she said something about there being some coffee left over. And I said, oh my gosh, but I checked it. I thought it was empty. And I went and I said, it's like Jesus and the wine. And there was a very awkward silence. Because apparently you don't make those jokes. Apparently you're not supposed to refer to your friend as a Jesus-like supplier of coffee. It doesn't really work that well. All right, we're 2 minutes away on a launch here. It is an odd-looking rocket, isn't it?
Oh no, we got another one of those.
Yeah,
like the Bezos rocket.
It's not as Bezos. It's not as like phallic, but it's still pretty phallic. But you know,
I just want everybody to know he said it, not me.
Yeah. What, Bezos?
Yeah.
It's very Bezos. Was Bezos the guy who someone tried to like blackmail him with photos of like naked photos of himself or something?
I think so. That just ended, so I don't know what.
Yeah, he said go ahead. He basically said, yeah, fine. So I don't care if people like whatever. Who cares? I'm not paying you money to stop from sending the photos, which is probably really smart, because the reality is, what's to stop them from just coming back and saying, "I'll," you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're right, Kirsten. It looks like a giant. Something. He's not the Messiah. He's not a Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. I watched Green Knight, or Tale of the Green Knight, or whatever it was.
Like the old school one with.
Oh man, Dev Patel. It's Dev Patel's great. The acting's great. It's so slow. It is.
We're talking like 70s, right?
Oh no, this is a new one.
Okay.
And it's like an Arthurian type legend, and it's just it's interminable. And not only is it interminable, it's you just can't help. I can't watch films like that without immediately resorting to the whole Monty Python stuff, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know, he's like, yeah, like his mother is doing this witchy stuff, and they're bringing forth these spirits or something, and I'm sitting there going like, he's a very naughty boy. You know, it's just, and Jane's like, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie. I was like, I'm being oppressed. You know, so it's very, very difficult. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's off.
I'm opening stream.
Here we go. Oh wow.
What?
That's a good looking rocket.
Nobody can see it.
Well, no. I'm not allowed to show it, am I? Won't I get in trouble if I show it?
No, there's a lot of people reacting. You just have to say what it is, don't you?
Oh, it's a rocket. I see a rocket, and a rocket is rocketing off. I'm not sure if I can actually find it. I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, Paperclips has you covered.
Oh, does she?
If you look down there, you'll see they animated the entire thing with the movies.
Oh, perfect. That's really done well. Yep.
Very lifelike.
Yes, it's true. This is it, by the way, right here. I don't know if you can see a little bit of it there. Wow. That's looking down. Is that looking down or looking up? I can't tell. I'm assuming that's the rocket fuel being burned there.
No, seriously.
I just want to say, rockets go up.
Thank you very much.
That's my one word of advice.
It's nice. I like trains. There you go. I love the way they do a really good job of putting cameras in cool places on these things, I've got to say.
Yeah, they're getting, they're really advanced in the hoopla.
So this is going to launch 48 more satellites, hopefully a couple of them over Gimpy G so he can get Starlink. You should check again for availability in a day's time and see if you've got any better coverage. I like trains. It's rocketing very well, as rockets go, wouldn't you say? Obscure Chara, thank you.
How good the internet is for Starlink, or I need to look it up.
It's not
very well.
It's not the best in the world. It's like mediocre, basically, I suppose.
Hello.
You know, hello. Is Mozart back?
Huh?
Noodles is back.
Mozart Noodles is back. Just in time. I was trying to wrap up, but then I got distracted by the fact that there's a
rocket.
Another rocket launch, and they're going to put 48 more Starlink satellites up so that Gimpy G can get proper internet in wherever the hell he is, outside of Denver.
Little did we know, Elon Musk is the person that he was talking about.
Oh, could you? Oh my God! What if that's who it is? What if Gimpy G's like best friends with like Elon Musk now, or Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos got The Expanse redone. You know?
Yeah.
He's the guy to know.
He just did Wheel of Time, that Robert Jordan.
Oh, he did that as well?
I got to get into that. Yeah. And they bought the Hobbit stuff, right? All the Tolkien stuff.
Yeah, what is it? They're spending like $1 billion on that or something?
Yeah.
It's insane. And for some reason, they haven't found a role for me yet, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd?
Really weird.
Seems odd to me.
Considering your hairy feet.
I know. I'm like hairy everywhere. Like I'd be like perfect for them. I could play many different characters there, or I'm happy to shave. So like really.
You could be Kong.
Who is that?
The Hobbit character, Kong. The giant ape.
Oh, Kong. Yes, of course. The one who climbed that tower. What's it doing now? What's the rocket doing now? Why am I seeing burning parts on one side and nothing on the other? Oh, are these the burners coming back? I love it when they land.
That's cool.
I love it when they do those landing things. I can't tell what's on the left side there. Is that... I know I'm late to this, but The Expanse is the best. I loved the first season, and then I stopped watching. Sorry, that's all I got for you. I loved it. I thought Thomas Jane was amazing. I thought Jared Harris is my favorite actor.
Just trying to get a hold of post office.
It was, I absolutely loved the first one.
I just want to point out, your favorite actor isn't yourself.
No, I hate watching myself. I like watching Jared Harris, though. He's good.
Watching yourself sounds like a nightmare.
It's never. I do it. I will have to at some point again. I gotta go see. Nightmare Alley, because I did that. But also, I just kind of want to watch Nightmare Alley. So.
You're in that?
I am in that.
If you watch a show with your...
I'm in the trailer. If you look at the trailer, that's my voice asking him all those questions.
No way.
If you watch a thing with like your... If you watch any TV with you in it, or like, oh, that's me! That's me!
It's really weird because sometimes I don't even notice. Like I'll be watching and flicking channels and I'll go like, oh, that's me. And then I'll quickly change channels because I don't really want to watch it. Okay, someone explain what's on the left and what's on the right of the screen here. So on the left side, there's like a giant vat of some sort. On the right side is the coolest looking rocket engine going off.
It's not the coolest looking, it's cool-ish.
Anima Confuser wants me to go back to watching SGA and commenting. Hey, Bag of Chips, can we get Baz to watch Atlantis again sometime?
Baz says no.
See?
I'll watch it with you.
That's what I'm against. Oh, so Gimpy G and I'll watch it. There you go. Gimpy G's like the son I never had.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, why is it gone all dark on the left side? What's going on?
No. He says nah. Say of course. So Baz says of course actually.
Oh, of course. That's him. That's him quickly doing damage control.
Yeah.
Okay, left is the first stage. Left is the first stage. Right is the second stage. Okay. So what is the first stage now is doing re-entry now, or what's happening with that?
Take pictures.
I'm not going.
Well, somebody take pictures. I'm sorry. Tritton's going to hand out candy at the Christmas parade tonight, so.
Oh, great.
I really want pictures.
Oh, here we go.
Nice kid, man.
I think it's landing now. I think it's landing.
No.
Yeah, I think it's doing its little, because it's just fired up again. First it's going to land. Here you go. I don't know how they do this. Like, this is insane.
It's amazing.
How do they stop it from spinning?
They don't. I don't.
It's going through clouds right now by the looks of it. Come on, don't be... I'm hoping this... don't change to that. We know what that looks like. So we've got the giant burner now. What ship are they landing on? I have no idea. Does anyone know? Probably directional burst. Do you think that's how they're going to... They got to be pretty strong, though, to slow that thing down. I wanted to see it landing. That means they failed, hasn't it? It means they screwed up. Usually when they cut away, it means it's like, yeah, it hit a small child, and now we're going to cut the feed.
Just give us a second. Give us a second. I swear everything's okay.
Oh, number on the left. There you go. I can't really see it. It's too far away. So what are we looking at? Is that its distance? Is that its speed?
Both.
Is it 1,200 feet or meters off the ground? We don't know. What is the number on the lower left, Jonathan MLH? Hey, Crooker. How are you?
It's definitely counting down quickly.
Yeah, really fast. 5. Not that fast. Is it 5 or 9? I can't. Oh, it's 9. Okay, 900. Speed and altitude. Speed and altitude. But which one's which? Oh, here you go. It's lit up again. They're gonna go for the landing. They're going for the landing. Here we go. They're gonna make. Is he gonna stick the landing? Ooh, having some trouble with this video, huh?
Just have to guess.
Was it rain? Oh, it's rain. There's rain.
Oh, really?
Here it comes. It's blowing all the rain away. Let's go. How'd you do? Did it work? Did it work? It's so hard to tell with all that. Hey, they did it. Or they used the cloud to obscure it long enough that they could just stick a cardboard one in so it looked like it landed properly. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist in any way. All right. What happened? It landed. It landed. And then we're landing too. We're out of here. All right. Good night, everybody.
What?
Be safe. Be kind. Be
What
brilliant.
show are you on?
Well, it's like 6:20 now. It only took me 20 minutes to wrap up. That's not bad.
Oh,
better
it's
than
close.
normal.
What do you think about those? They're placing the satellites now, Gimpy G. Do you want to sort of get them to move them over a little bit so they're covering you?
I want one right over me.
Yeah. You gotta. They're not really at the right orbit, are they? They're kind of. Their orbit seems a little low for you.
I'm good with that.
I don't even know what that is. That looks like a gold bag of some sort. Oh, is that? Oh, are they launching them now? Will we see the launch as well? Oh my God, that's cool. Oh my God, we're actually going to see them put the satellites out? Oh, that's pretty neat. Something's happening. Here we go. Good luck. That's what I say.
We should raid paleontologizing.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I like them. They're good. All right. I'll do the, what is it? Exclamation raid? I can never remember. Is that right? No, it's slash raid.
Yes, we can.
How do we spell paleontologizing?
Ooh, that is a tricky one.
I accidentally exited it out, so now I'm coming back to the stream.
Can somebody get me the actual, there you go, Wolf Pup, you rock. That's how you spell it?
Yep, I just copy and pasted it.
You rock. That's what I do. Yes, Cody G. Smith, we're about to raid paleontologizing. We'll see if this works. But I will say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Enjoy the launch. And Gimpy G, thank you for joining us as always. That's it's always a pleasure hearing your tales of adventure.
Well, thank you.
It's
great.
Tell us the next time you burn something down, knock on wood.
I will.
Yeah, let's leave the burning of things down to me for the time. Well, actually, no, please don't, actually, for that matter. And Raccoon Noodles, thank you for joining us again.
Oh.
For stopping by, even though you have musical, interludes and stuff.
Yes, no problem.
Who else we got in today?
I'm very, very busy.
Yeah, busy schedule. Thanks for penciling us in.
Yeah, no, I probably should have totally been working on studying, but it's okay.
What are you supposed to be studying?
I have a science test tomorrow.
Oh, really? What on?
Like buoyancy and fluids and stuff.
Oh.
So it's actually not that bad.
Baz, you didn't like that, Baz?
Oh, I hated all of science.
Did you?
Yeah, I hated
Actually,
it.
I just want to say, if I say that, I'm not lying. I've actually done every.
I hate science.
You hate science, but then you like science.
Oh, no.
He says he hates it, but he actually does pretty well on it, and he's actually got some interesting things to say about it, so,
I just want to say, my dog keeps going under my chair, and I don't know why.
Well, what food is there? That's usually what works for mine. Yeah. All right, bag of chips, thank you. Anthony, thank you. Bat food, Elsa.
Oh, bat food.
Thank you.
Yes.
You guys are, hello.
The
Sorry,
glorious ice skating extraordinaire. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying up way too late.
Also, were you the one that did the skating? Are you?
Yeah.
That was really good. It was really
Thank you.
Oh, there was a video of it too, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. But now
wrapping up.
but now she's number 4. And now she's like 4th. That she's even better now.
Yeah.
Ham, thank you for coming by, even though you worked so hard. And Wolf Pup, as always. And everyone else, thank you all in the chat. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you. It's because I don't like you. So we will we will stream again soon. Be safe, be kind, be brilliant. cheerio, and huzzah! And now we go for the raid thing. Is this going to work?
Yeah,
Let's see.
the raid thing. Okay, this is
Okay,
gonna take
we go
a while,
1,
so
2,
we're
12,
just gonna kind of chill
15,
until,
22. And everyone keep your fingers crossed that I don't lose my laptop because I poured a buble on it. How many people are on this thing?
Cross my fingers
56
that it will.
people. Holy moly. All right, everybody, have a good night. Bye!
End
We are raiding.
End stream. End.
No. What if I don't want to end stream yet? What if I want to pretend that
Do you want to open up your PayPal again in front of everyone's?
Is that what I did? Is that what I did?
Pretty much. That's what you did.
No.
You're, like banking and stuff.
No, I wasn't. Was I really?
Yeah, like no one saw anything. I made sure I checked the VOD and stuff, but
Did you check?
yeah,
You checked the
were,
video
like,
and I was fine?
banking and stuff. Like you could see, you were like listening. You could, the Alexa was going off. You were like listening to music. You had your headphones on. You're fully in peace. You were like doing something. You're like doing.
Oh, now you found your voice, huh?
My mic was literally not working. I promise. That's why I'm.
No, I know. It's fine. It's cool. All right, yeah, I will end the stream.